now step up, friends, now let's be going. For here in the Midway a strange wind is blowing. Where the lights are brighter, the laughter is knowing. Friends, into this tent now of marvels we're going. Sing it loud! Ballyhoo, bally-high, sing it low and sing it high. A song for the ages, for you and for me, where the carnival mirror is calling.
Hello! Oh man, I'm so glad you can
Step up now.
We're here laid back and chest out. And we're ready to game some more with you. So this is going to be our second episode of Aternium Road here, a live stream D&D game with me and my good pals. And I guess with that, I should probably introduce them to you. First, I'm good old Marcus Flores. I'm your pal, old Uncle Cuss here. I'll be your GM of sorts, and like Indiana Jones, I'm just making it up as I go along. After that is one of the creators of the Mystic Midway and Rob Noble of Diblington, a beautiful goblin artificer, Mr. Scott Levkoff.
Good evening. Thank you for that lovely intro. I am Scott, aka Rog Noble, co-founder of the Mystic Midway. And I just desperately want to know magic is real. Is that too much to ask? So
Not at all. Not at all. And you will find out magic is very real. You're already seeing it. Magic is real. And we will then turn it over to Mother of Froggy. I'll explain more about that later on. I'll catch you up on this. The Queen of Wanderlust, the great druid, Glitterfish. Stephanie, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Stephanie. I'm also known as Glitterfish. And I'm just swimming along for the ride.
And we're getting along swimmingly.
Yes.
That's enough of that. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. Anyways, scanning down is the Madam of Love, Trust Through Discipline. Is Dame Harlow. Is Lisa.
Hello, Dame Harlow, keeper of the unexpected approach. Or wait, no, I missed. I messed up my own intro. Okay, wait. Can we cut? Are we gonna cut?
No.
Okay.
We're live, pal.
Dame Harlow
Start over. It's fine.
of the unexpected approach, keeper of the sounding rod. This is I.
Nice.
Love and truth through discipline.
And if you know what that is, type app.
You're in the right
chat.
place. If you
That's
know
your
where that is,
safe
what that
word
is,
right
you're in the right
now.
place.
Drake.
Yeah, in the right place. And I hope the rod is too. And we're passing it on to hey, one of the premier esoteric influenza. It's Jessica, and she'll be Moira Moon.
Yes, it's me, Moira Moon. Jessica Gloom on places where social media is. And I am so excited that I got to meet my book that is me. It's perfect for me. It's absolutely everything. And eventually, I'm sure you'll be able to get a copy of it on Etsy. Just go to my store. I'm on Etsy.
Oh, boy. Howdy.
Follow me on Instagram.
Oy. Oy, oy, oy.
Be real.
Rub the top of your eyes or your forehead. That helps when you eye roll a lot. So just you're okay. You'll be all right.
I'll be
All right.
doing that a lot.
Yeah. Passing it off to a good buddy of mine, and he's working on a sweet convertible Carmen Dia I've got in the shop. It's forest green with a nice beige top. It's Mark Johnson.
It's a sweet ride you got there, man. It's going to be perfect when I'm done with it. I will be playing Durgan Lurch. He's kind of out of his element, but he's kind of liking this. He's going through some changes. He found a new hat, and he's doing well. So I'm kind of liking this whole gig as Durgan Lurch. I kind of like myself a little bit better. Yeah.
Awesome. Very, very awesome. And of course, last but not certainly not least, it's John Lark, common man of the uncommon ability. It's Jared Williams.
Hey guys, thanks so much for joining us. I'm Jared Williams. I'm playing John Lark, an average man in the strange land. Looking forward to this adventure. And speaking of beige top, I think I got out just in time from that last date.
Swipe left.
Oh, so rough. Hey, let me catch up on all the business, and I'll catch everybody up on a bit of a recap. So what had happened in episode 1, the pilot episode, which meant a lot of information got thrown at you, and we were hoping for season 2, is that these are all strangers in a strange land. They're all friends, new acquaintances, and they came through a bit of a portal called the Aternium Road. Sorry about that. And through the Mystic Theater. And winding up here on that road, in this world, the Mystic Midway, they all inhabit different personas, which are all their D&D characters. And by doing that, they have discovered that a catastrophe happened. Part of their personality split off, and their shadow selves are out there. Their shadow selves being the sociopathic crumb bums resemble themselves back on Earth, and they are trying to find a way to take the place of our heroes here. And leave them here Midway to fade away. Why would they fade away? Well, because in the Midway, a story world, a mythopoetic world, if you're not thinking of brand new stories, or if you don't have a story soul book with you, the world takes away your experiences, your stories, your opinions, your personality, until you become a faded ghost, a former picture of yourselves. And speaking of soul books, our group discovered their soul books. Each one had beautiful, fun little soul books, which are waiting to be filled with adventure and written in, and hopefully guide them through. Yes, Robble has his. Guide them through the edges of the Mystic Midway. But we're hoping we catch up with those shadow selves, get rid of them, get back home, and get Frog back into the sweet little boy he once was. Froggy being the son of Glitterfish. If you missed that, go back onto YouTube or Twitch TV and watch episode 1. So let's into it where we left off. Our team had gotten together and is in the Moldy Book public house. Lark is waiting to finish his meal. Price of his meal, of course, was whether you like fiction or nonfiction. The rest of you paid and finished your meal, or some of you thought of your free meals, which were the dare you to eat meals. And I guess we'll start off there and see what crowd wants to do now. So you're gathered around the dining hall of the Moldy Book Public House. Folks are a little shocked by the thunderclap that came from Moira Moon at the next door shop of Miss Guspy's Tomes Galore, but they're used to this strange, weird anomalies that happen, and if nothing else, no lightning, no Sharknado comes around, then they figure, all right, let's get back to rolled prose and limerick night and hang out at the Moldy Book. More people are taking stage. And the room kind of comes back to life after the shock of of everything that's gone on, flying books and the thunderstorm that just erupted about 20 feet away from them. And a few people are checking their ear. I was about to check my ear with this giant headphone on. And you're back here in the public house having a nice warm cup of gin or cider or wine or stout. John Lark, you still have 2 plates of food on your plate.
The rest of my life, apparently.
And well, for the rest of your life, apparently. Yes, I'm going to have to have Mirtha think of a rule to say, like, you probably finish it before closing time. But tonight, she's going to let you carry around food because she forgot to put that into the guidelines. What do you think? What are you all doing? You have all sat around the table. You all have your books to your sole books to yourselves. You all know the various descriptions of them. They're all different and unique. They all, I'd say most of all of them stop at the chapter where you grab the book and bring it back to your table. Glitterfish, you have a book that says beforehand it's illustrated with you on a road, hitchhiking, couch surfing, a young boy in the background. And now that you are in the Midway, the young boy is now a little frog. John Lark, your book seems to be dark and edgy and grimdark. Very, very black metal for some reason. Moira Moon, your book suggests it has one little strange page. You know, like if you ever wrote notes like I do, you think, oh, I'm going to write a bunch more notes here. So let me about 5 more pages, pick a page out and write a note in the center of the book, completely ruining the book, but whatever. That's just my own hang up. We're going to deal with that later. And it pictures you in what looks to be a strange public park amongst a circle of toadstools, and it says, and Moira Moon met her lifelong BFF at
And
last.
that's in like the middle of my book with nothing around it.
Yeah. Not in the middle. I'd say a few pages in. I'd say.
So like at the beginning of the story, kind of.
Yeah. I'd say probably about 5 pages in.
Yeah. This
it's still raucous and happening. We still love the limerick that Glitterfish paid for her meal with.
Guys. At the end of my book, it says I cast a spell. I cast a spell.
I thought you cast the spell that got us here.
Oh yeah. No, I did that. I totally yes. Oh my god, yes. But like that was a different sort of thing. Like it was like a ritual, and this is like a spell. I can't believe I have to explain this to you. But I guess it.
I don't know anything about. Not really my.
You.
Not really my thing.
Yeah, that checks out. Anyway, I cast a spell, like a fast one, you know.
Do it again.
Rognobble, your giant book, as described, is almost as big as you are. To anybody else, it weighs 80 pounds, but it's you're able to kind of loft it around like you would just a piece of paper. Although it's cumbersome and weird and awkward. Oh, and special thanks. Sorry, before we go on, special thanks to David Luong for donating inspiration points to some of our crew and not to the dungeon master who could use them to add complications and thwart their lives. If you look in the chat, there is rules, and if you wanted to donate to me, I would make their lives fun, and I will take those donations and actually put them towards a donation of my choosing.
That sounds ominous.
I think he wants to complicate our lives.
I don't want to complicate your life. I want to fill your life with fun and adventure.
That's
And
what
the
he
only way
wants
that
to do.
your lives can sometimes be filled with fun and adventure is by hanging off a cliff every now and then.
It's with complications. I like complications.
fine.
I'm a big fan.
Right. Yeah, big fan.
Speaking of which,
Yes.
these books that we've got,
Yes.
the first page, is that our birth?
Actually, yeah. Yeah, let's go with that. Yes. It details your quote unquote mundane, your earthbound life until you get to this point.
How specific does it get into? Oh my God, it does get into. Wow.
Do you want to read aloud to the class?
I don't think that's appropriate.
Does it have something with Dame Harlow in it?
That's later on.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure. I think I heard Dame Harlow refer to that as stifling.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Mudslinging over
Let's
here.
flip to that page. So that's cool.
Wait.
Sure,
I
let's dive into
I
that.
missed what was stifling? What was stifling?
Nothing,
Yes,
doesn't
tell us,
matter.
John.
It's cool.
Nothing at all.
He was talking about his shorts. I'm
It's
pretty
so
sure.
loud in the moldy book that sometimes it's hard to hear. Again, somebody there's this
Oh,
oh
I feel
well, thank
that-
you. An inspiration point. Give it to me.
Jesus.
The thank you, chat. It is so loud at that it's hard to concentrate and it's hard to hear one another, but you know the drinks keep coming. The drinks seem to be filling up, and you know, I'm going to spend my inspiration point on Mr. John Lark and say that yes, Mirtha comes over and says, "Oh, by the way, you have to pay up for your meal, whether it is your opinion of fiction or nonfiction, before closing." And
Wait a sec. That wasn't.
sorry, before shift change. I forgot. There is a shift change because there's day crew and night crew. Sorry. So before shift change, and look, pal, I want to get out of here sooner or later.
I'm not normally
Her
one to
pink
argue.
hair flips and it's this wild, stringy, like she's just been throwing glassware and pots and pans around to put stuff away. She adjusts her heart-shaped pink glasses.
I'm not one to argue. I'd be glad to pay for my bill. I just didn't realize the cost when we first talked about it.
Well, I mean, what are you talking about? I told you can either pay with storybucks or you could have paid with your opinion. You chose your opinion. Do you want nonfiction books? You want fiction books?
We share opinions where I come from. We don't give them away permanently.
Well, pal, you ain't where you came from.
That's fair. Is there something else I can do for you?
China is here, Mr. Burton. Oh, I'm sorry.
Because the agreement was until I finished my last bite, then the bill was due, not when you were off shift.
Oh,
Well,
You
wouldn't
know,
that just mean that it's his last bite, not the last bite of food?
Whose team are you on?
Oh, sorry. I'm just
Persuasion check?
saying.
Deception?
I'm just.
I think that actually
right.
just
Yeah,
happened.
it's actually that sounds like persuasion.
Me?
Sorry, no. For John Lark, it sounds like persuasion to change her mind.
Is that persuasion at disadvantage since Moira just sold me
Yes,
out?
persuasion disadvantage. Use that
Thanks,
shining
Moira.
charisma, please.
You're welcome. Oh my God, you're
Oh
so
my
welcome.
God, yeah. I like failing at things, so I'm perfectly fine rolling this. Thank you very
All
much.
right. All right.
Persuasion, you say?
Yes.
Turns out I'm actually pretty decent at that. I got a +5. So with my first dice, I got a 16, 21 total, but
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
we are looking at the bad end of things. And in the dark timeline, in the dark timeline, Moira, it's an 8.
Oh, and your DC was 10. For those of you who haven't rolled like this before, and a few of our
Wait a
our
second,
players
my
are
DC
just
was
starting
10,
to
you
roll.
say?
Yes, it was.
Hold on one
Oh.
moment.
Oh,
John feels something come over him. There's
Persuasion.
the briefest moment where the world bends around him, and he can add,
Ooh,
through
yeah.
sheer
What is that?
force of personality,
Yeah.
a 1d6 to his roll. So
Don't roll a 1.
Don't roll a 1.
Nice.
I would love it. That would be great. Let's toss that one out there.
Oh, that's great.
What does that look like, John, when the world forms
kind of
around you?
Just
And
looks. It's intense. It's a new thing. He's never done it before. There's going to be some surprise. Boy,
Nice.
that's enough. That's enough.
Yeah. Wonderful. So that is enough. Mirtha, who seems to shrink slightly, her big, boisterous personality seems to shrink in these odd shadows that are appearing in the room, even though it's a day shift. And says, well, all right. I'm going to change the wording on the menu, but you, my friend, you're going to
I'm
gonna
going
have
to
carry around that sausage with you.
I'm going to owe and tip you well the next time I come in.
Not this time.
I don't have any money at the moment.
Perhaps
gotta
you
The
could
value. I could
regale
give you
her
this
with a story.
You could have
Yeah.
shiny
Like, what
black.
kind of nonfiction do you hate or love or whatever?
just said fiction, nonfiction. So easy.
No,
We're all
you-
holding books of nonfiction. We got nonfiction right
Right.
here in our
but
hands.
that's not the exchange. That's
She
not.
kind
he's
of
gonna-
grabs her, wipe towel, her bar towel, and yeah, well, enjoy your meal. And she, get off the stage with that Nantucket rhyme again. God, I can't stand that thing.
It's
Right, but
not. It's not just your opinion being whether you like it or don't like it. It's they'll take your understanding of fiction or nonfiction forever.
Well, but who cares? Because like, who wants to read nonfiction? It's so lame.
I love
Like, what do
nonfiction.
you like? You read those like how to blah?
How
for
do you become a
dummies
better
book,
person?
Like for fun? What? What do you mean? I don't even understand what you're saying. You should just give away that opinion in general.
It's
I think
my
that
opinion. It makes me who I am.
Well, not for long. It doesn't.
Maybe it's already taken hold on you, Moira. Maybe you're already starting to lose like little bits and pieces day by day while we're in here.
What do you
Like,
mean?
Well, I'm a little worried we might all fade, right? That's what that weird guy was saying. Like, I'm a
Well, but,
little
like,
bit nervous about
He
that.
didn't.
you
He
know?
didn't mean like now. He meant like if we're not super careful. Obviously, like, oh my God, just
That
calm
was
down
the
about
first.
it.
That's the first thread.
It's fine. We're in a wonderful, magical, beautiful land that is perfect and beautiful and perfect for me.
yeah, you feel it in your gut. Something is tugging at you, anchoring you here.
I think that's gas from the really bad food at the
hoo-hoo
rotted
hen?
toad mushroom
Hoo-hoo
house.
hen.
Where are we at? The hoo-hoo
Mhm.
platter at
The moldy book.
firecracker
loamy,
sausage.
moldy, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not intuition, sweetheart. That's just gas.
Right. So with your gassy selves, what would you like to do with the information given to you about this world that you're living in now, or you're visiting, not stuck?
I'm concerned about the thunderclap. How have we not acknowledged the cacophony of sound?
Well,
that's
Yeah,
going
everybody
on?
else has gone back to, you still have a bit of your earth mind, and you're like, wait, a thunderclap went off in a bookstore. And everybody's like,
Well,
was
it
the
just sounds so much like the thwack of a well-placed flogger that my interest is piqued, or the crack of a nicely landed paddle. It's a girl
Dame
just
Harlow.
notices what she notices.
It sounded
Are
like
you saying-
backfire to me. I think that was just backfire on a 73 dart, maybe. Something like that. Pretty sure.
Oh, I'm so glad you all liked my spell that I cast with my magical powers. Dame
looks like-
Harlow, it sounds like you really, really liked the spell that I cast.
Yeah, you did cast. You actually casted a
Yeah, it
spell.
says so.
It came to life in front of you. It changed
In my
your
book.
physical being a bit. You became a little more mushroom, loamy, fungal, or loamy, as the word is of the day.
No, I did.
Fungal.
It's
know what
always
you're
a
talking about.
pleasure to see someone succeed for the first time. It's very
Mhm.
exciting.
Yeah,
That
it
was
is.
not the first. You're. I'm not like.
Pearls, clutching, pearls. Oh my God.
No, no. I am a professional spellcaster. I'll have you know. Actually, if you followed me on Instagram, you would know that. So just
What was the
it's
spell
okay
that
to
you
be jealous of my magical powers.
I follow her on Instagram. She is a spellcaster.
I think
I
she's the
know
one.
you follow her on Instagram. And I saw your chats when we were dating.
Oh, Glitterfish being being a fan as well as a Twitch supporter of Moira Moon. She often talked about, you know, one day we'll be able to control the elements through our will, our rituals, and she casted a spell called Thunderclap. Thunderclap being a spell that you cast that applies sonic damage to things in front of you, your enemies. Moira Moon casted Thunderclap just out of frustration, which knocked over, I believe, 3 books because you rolled a 1 on damage.
3 books.
So yeah,
3 books. Let's focus.
But
on
it
the
was
books. It'll
loud.
be fun.
It was loud, at least.
It
was so loud.
It was
3
loud.
books.
It was 3 books. I don't know if they were fiction or nonfiction, but they got knocked over. And
It was incredible. It says so right in my book. Look, it says Moira casts an incredible spell called Thunderclap. Incredible.
yes.
Hey,
And
Roxy,
fell down.
Roxy, you got any the speaking of fungi, you got anything, are you packing? You got the stash or?
At this point in Rognoble's journey,
Uh-huh.
he's experienced magic. He's longed in his other life as Robert Noble to know that magic is real. At this point, I would suspect that he's under a table probably because he's 3.5 feet tall, like
Roxy,
Yes.
feverishly trying to understand like what just occurred, like magically, and like how he could, you know, he's like he wants to have his first moment. He's yet to have his first moment of spellcasting. So he's kind of trying to figure out what does that look like, right? Like,
Do you have a bit of Arcana on your character sheet, Rognoble?
yes,
On your skills, you might have Arcana.
yeah, Arcana +4.
Yes, sweet. Give me a roll. Let me mess around with what should be used with this. With add your wisdom modifier to that.
+1.
Mm-hmm.
Synergy.
Your DC check's going to be a 10.
Okay. Am I rolling a thing?
Yes, roll in
Arcana.
Arcana, and I believe if you're rolling through
Bing, bing, bing.
D Beyond, that's D&D Beyond a helpful tool from the
Wonderful.
Wizards of the Coast.
On the D20, we got a 10.
Sweet, right on
perfect.
target.
Ooh.
You're looking around in a bit of frustration as to figure out how your moment might happen, and you remember that it is all contained on you. It is your gears. It is items that are inside of your hat. It is not just an inherent thing that comes out. You imbue things with your magic.
He's fiddling around because he's Robert Noble selling kind of cosplay accoutrement at cosplay conventions. He's probably fiddling around with these things under the table, and probably just he's like so. Yeah, he's like, okay.
Hear that?
the
That
goblin
is
language
really
of
weird. I feel
conjuring.
like the table is talking.
It does sound like the table is talking. But yes, you're starting to imbue magic into any of your items.
He has a key for some reason, because
Right.
cosplays at conventions, they have keys, beetle wing,
Lockpick.
watch gears,
Master
right?
key.
Right? Yeah, it's a master
Yeah,
key.
actually, you feel that key gets you to a bit of a flashback. You remember, and we get into a little bit of a flashback of Rognobble. He is venturing. He is on a airship with a dashing captain of the airship, and you know him as Jake Kilden, and he is he's only a captain of an airship. He has been he's been a famous big game hunter, a pirate, a monster hunter. At one time, he was a famous priest who got rid of an invading demons, and you've always been with him. And that key that you remember, he handed to you. Jake Kilden hands this key to you and says, "Rog, hold on to this. You're gonna need this." And you remember that key goes to a lockbox that's of yours in your apartment in Diblington. It's a large steamer trunk. It has various bits of arcana, and it even has some of the components needed to make the cantrip storybooks. You would use it to make storybooks. Storybooks are a bit of currency in this world, but it also is help you push back story drain being the one thing that starts to pull your personality or psyche from you.
Sweet.
And you remember that he kind of Star Wars you a bit, R2D2s you a bit. He said, "You're gonna need this, pal." And he wraps you, he swaddles you up into like an escape pod, and he launches you out of the airship as the airship goes flying off to fight in some strange war far amongst the sky with the moon titans. And that was the last you remember seeing of Jake Kilden. You don't know if he's alive or dead. You know he's around because you feel it, you sense it.
Yes. With that memory, Rognobble is extremely excited and to know that there was a reason for wearing goggles on top hats.
Right.
I knew there was airships. Yeah,
Unsolved mysteries.
I knew it.
Yeah, you might. Maybe you were a pilot at one point to this dashing captain.
Yes.
The rest of you hear this memory gibberished from underneath the table. John Lark still has food in his hand. Moira is talking about her spell.
A lot.
What of the rest of you doing? The day is passing. There is still there's still people coming up, and night shift is about to come on board at the Moldy Book.
Do you think that like my alternate persona also has magical powers? Like, cause like, that would be pretty bad. Cause I'm so powerful is what I mean.
Right. It sounds like a bad trip.
Does sound like a bad trip.
I'm going through my book here, and I've got all these bits, and I'm trying them out, and it's working. Like all this drawings, when I was a kid. I'm like at about age 10 here, and I'm looking in the book, and I'm seeing like these crazy designs for rocket shoes, and I'm making them. Like I'm grabbing all sorts of junk, and while everyone's talking, he's kind of focused, and he's trying to realize these these designs that could never really possibly happen in the real world. But it'll happen it's just a bunch of junk right now,
Yeah.
but he's thinking he's going to make something work. He's got some like rockets on his boots, and he's got
You're starting to see the
and,
pictures clearer. It's kind of like you look
Yeah.
at like a blueprint or a mathematical design, and something's not quite lining up, but here you're a bit more lucid. Your brain is a little clearer, and you can see actually how things could shape together to form magic and technology coming into one being.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is fun stuff.
Yeah. Before it was just doodles and gibberish and hopes, and now it's actually formula
Practical.
starting to come forward.
If my brain actually worked.
If you only had a brain.
Yeah.
But yes, you do. You do.
Yeah, Durgan's really smart. Durgan's a smart dude.
Is Durgan
Froggy
talking about
sits
that
and he
stuff?
drinks.
He's talking about like, oh, look at this, and he's kind of going through the gadgets, and he thinks it's the coolest thing ever. He thinks everyone needs to see these cool designs. I don't know what it looks like to everybody else, but to him, it's like, oh, like the Holy Grail, like, philosophy
I think that's
stuff.
an excellent question. How do our books look like to other people?
That was
So your books can't be read. They just can't be involuntarily other people. But if you share those stories with people, meaning like show them the books, they can see it. They can see it come to life, or sorry, be read. They just can't. Everybody's book is their own, and so it's nobody can pick up a book and open it up, fiddle with, rewrite a story, tear out a page.
So somebody can see your book as long as you've shown it to them. You are the keeper of
it's
your
kind of
book.
yeah.
I like that.
As long as you want to share that with them.
Well, that'd be useful in the get to know you process.
Glitterfish.
Sharing is caring.
Yes.
Glitterfish is looking at her book, and she's realizing that it comes up to today, and then as she shuffles through the end, there are inklings of illustrations, a couple of blank pages, and then a portion of an illustration, then a few more blank pages, and then another portion of an illustration. So she's inspired to go forward and find out what this is.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, it's almost it's a lot of half-written stuff or illustrated stuff that is could be mistaken for something positive or negative, but it's so half-written. You want any more of your warm gin, Bob?
I'm ready to get to go. I'm ready.
Should we
okay.
I think we worn out a welcome
I'm
here.
almost finished with mine.
Should we go find our alter egos and I don't know, defeat them?
Defeat them.
Yeah, I think I'm a little drunk for that right now.
I don't know.
That's also a possibility too.
Did they sleep here? Did people sleep in this place?
I guess I should have said that at the top of the show. Is that you're in a big old sandbox. Basically, I've got a lot of different scenarios, however you want to handle them, and I can fit them in wherever you want. I've got the general backstory, meta story in the back, but however you want to explore the world is up to you all. So this world is yours to play around with, and I will work with you to make it come to life. And her sphincter too. I hear them.
My memory's treasure awaits.
Oh, look at guest appearance. No, I pay for that.
That's a freebie guest appearance. Next time it's costing.
Yes. Yes.
Somebody's talking.
Your sphincter is furry.
My sphincter is loud and demanding.
It is.
So you're gassy too. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, everyone's gassy. It's that's just part of the meals here, really.
Oh, look at it. Oh, look at the push. Oh, look at it. Oh, what? Wait, what was that?
His opinion.
My familiar was acting up.
Woo. Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, so
I
we're
s-
in the moldy book, but like
Oh.
there's an entire city here with like airships or whatever.
Yeah.
And like there's definitely some like evil versions of us, probably evil. I'm assuming that like they need to be defeated or something like awesome like that. And there's probably a quest. And there's probably like treasure at the end. And like I feel like we should just like, you know, like get out of here and explore the world a little bit. Like I can lead.
You and me, Moira. Let's do it.
Okay, Glitterfish.
I think I'm in. I think we all go for a stroll and look at this town. I'm in.
I'm tired of
Look for somebody
watching
with a
John
question mark.
The
Lark
party's
eat.
just getting started.
Everyone's tired of
Or
watching
John Lark
John
not
Lark
eat.
Will you just eat the fucking bites? Jesus.
Not paying for that meal. We can leave. It's fine. Just need a napkin. Just gonna.
What happens if he gives the last 2 bites to somebody else?
Mm.
Ooh.
Okay, Froggy, come here. It'll be so fun. Just eat
What?
the food off of the plate.
Wait. What?
I'm just gonna keep a hold of these for the moment. I'm gonna
did you-
figure out
what-
some other way to pay for
what
this. If
did
not
you
paying,
do?
we'll-
Character
Because
that pays for
I'm
you
a
with
little heated, and I'll do whatever. I mean, I've had 8 glasses of warm gin and
You are 7
fifth
years
beer,
old.
Mama. Huh?
You are 7 years old. You cannot be drinking like this.
In frog years, boss, that's like 9.
Acceptable.
Like 9.
like 9. Oh no.
You know what?
Oh, Froggy.
You
All
just
right.
carry me in the pouch. I'll be all right.
All right. Come on, get in.
Okay.
Get in,
His
drunkie.
limp little, he's got like one little flappy leg. That one's giving out on me, boss. You just had to put me in the sack. I'm okay. No, bud.
All right.
No.
I'm taking my drunk son Frog, and we're ready to take a walk. Let's go.
Here we go.
All right.
He's out into the causeway, and there still is a hustle, especially now the night is coming. Folks are getting off various jobs. Markets are day markets are closing. The night markets are opening up. That's usually the time the goblin markets come out to play. And shops all around, you see wax wicks and wonderments is still open. Clothes minded, if you like clothes minded, haberdashery one and all. There is I don't know if you wanted to go shopping or if you
Is
just
there a
wanted to
magic
wander around.
spell book shop? Because I want to go there.
No, technically, Miss Guspy's Tomes Galore is the closest thing, which is right next door to you, for magic books. But it's probably one of the largest shops around. Well, yeah, you did set off a thunderstorm in her
She
her
was
shop.
intimidated by my powers, obviously.
She might have been. Closed-minded. And then we also have the Mr. Zintz's House of Second Skin, which is a leather working shop. And there is Cathala Stonemasons, and that's the closest. Other than that, there is markets galore. I said Moonreach neighborhoods are built upwards as opposed to outward, so taller and taller they go. Yeah, it's
I'm looking for parts.
and
So if you get parts, for making stuff, that's what he's looking for.
Dame Harlow had opened her book at the bar, that the Loamy Bar of Rotten Things and Juices, juice bar, whatever what was it called?
The moldy book.
The moldy book.
The moldy
Public
book
house.
Juice bar
The
and
bar.
public house. She opens
The
her
Loamy.
book. And
Secret word is loamy today.
Loamy. Wait, wasn't there a 70s game show where they whisper and pass? It was password.
Password.
Yes.
Loamy.
Yeah.
So Dame Harlow has
Nice.
opened her book, and the I think somebody mentioned the word stifling earlier, and she was reading about her liberation from the stifling world that came before this. and she was reading about her indoctrination into the order that she is a part of that defends the Priory of Albion, and the deep mental and physical dedication that she went through to receive her knighthood. And so while that brings up ecstatic sort of feelings and longings, and so Dame Harlow is wondering if there's a priory or order in the community that she might find her way to, perhaps in defense of the priory and the writings that are held within. She would know her sacred charge going forward.
Right. Yeah, you're trying to look for. Yeah, you're looking for a sanctuary of your order, priory of your, yes, yeah, most definitely. There should be one. There's always one in every major city. So yeah, just a bit of asking around, and they'll start leading you to it. Probably somebody says, "Oh, yeah, yes." They kind of see your armor and your signet, and which does your signet look like?
What does my signet look like?
Yeah, what is it? What identifies you as part of this order?
That's a very, 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 very good question. And if I keep saying very, I might be able to stall enough to come up with.
Is it rampant? Is it rampant riding crops?
The background of the emblem of the Order of Albion, of the Priory of Albion, is ultraviolet. The very glowing ultraviolet, very soothing color. Brings much peace to one's mind. And then there is a central figure of a cross, of an X, not a Christian cross, but of an X, sort of some might call it a St. Andrew's cross, perhaps, on a field of ultraviolet. And then, of course, a heart symbolizing loyalty, as at the bottom of the X field. And not to be too Nickelback about it, but there might be sort of barbed wire around the whole thing, symbolizing the purifying effects of pain and discomfort, bringing one through to truth that flows through the heart that's at the bottom of the St. Andrew's cross on a field of fucking ultraviolet. That is my
Gotcha. So they spot that sign. They know where you need to go, and some young man gives you the directions to where that where the closest one is. What are the rest of you doing? Are you following Dame Harlow? Or are you?
I'm like, Durgan, let's go find some fried fricassee frog legs on a stick or something.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, there's got to be junk in the market, right? I need something for these boots.
Goblins love frog legs.
And grease. I need lots of grease.
Right, glitterfish.
Greasy frog legs.
Oh yeah, you're gonna love this. Legs. Yeah, we gotta
get. Frog's like, I'm passed out. It's okay.
So we'll come along, but we'll be distracted by the food more and the flotsam and jetsam.
Various markets.
Moira, I think you and me need to go on an adventure right now. I think this is our time.
I mean, yes, absolutely, because I feel like I'm in my element right now, and I just I want to go everywhere, but also nowhere a little bit.
I want to go everywhere.
So you're doing cocaine is what that's about.
I mean, I haven't done that since I was in my teens. So sure, I guess, if that's your stuff. But I'm kind of so is this priory, wait, hold on, slow down a little bit, Dame Harlow, because you're really fast right now. Is this a priory that you found in your book? And is this a religious sector? And can maybe we find some more gods that we can I don't know, like get more magic.
You can find things at the Priory. It's a religion that is throughout the land of Midway.
Makes perfect sense to me. Like
you can definitely find things there at the Priory, and I say that you two, both Glitterfish, the three of us at least, if not more, should head there. I say, here's my proposition. We go to the Priory. All are welcome. Allow me to center, allow me to get focused, and you have at your disposal someone with dark vision and strengths that I will offer to the three.
I mean, I don't need your strength because I'm already so strong, but like that sounds great for you.
Sure. Clearly. And then I think y'all should go.
For an adventure. Whatever you guys are doing, I want to go have some fun.
Let's go have some fun and get really like more spells and like power stuff like that because like that sounds so fun. And we'll have so much fun together. Oh my God, let's do it. It'll be great.
Okay. So you offered that. John Lark, what are you doing as
I'd like
as
to
this
go with
group is?
Durgan and Noble, if you guys wouldn't mind, I'd actually like to go with you guys.
Yeah, come along, man. You're gonna dig it. You're gonna love it.
Not that I don't want to go, but I actually feel bad. I kind of want to pay this lady, and I need to figure out some way to get some money that isn't my life here.
You should feel bad.
So I just looked through my pockets to see what I've got, and all I've got is this phone that doesn't work. So maybe I can find somebody to sell it to and make a little bit of money, enough to cover dinner, maybe.
John, I may be able to cast. I have prestidigitation. Is there a way for me to like make the barkeep think that it's money?
Ooh.
Well, I mean, we've already kind of worked that one out.
Okay.
As a story.
You know what, Johnny? I think I could recommend a little something for you, and it works for me. I think we should eat and we should drink, and we shouldn't be worrying too much about all that. It's all just gonna come out in the wash. So have a good time and look at this, and he just grabs some junk off the street and he starts like trying to put it apart, and he kind of follows along with Roxy and says, "Yeah, come on, Johnny."
Fiddling with it. All right, gentlemen, you're going off to various portions of the market, and our ladies going off to the diary, to the sanctuary, the building, the tower of Dame Hollow's order. So we're going to have a scene with that, and a scene with the gentleman at the market, which we will have very soon. But it's the top of the hour. We're going to take a 10-minute break. Gives me a little time to plan some scenes for you all. And so
do we have words?
Tune in for those students, and we will be back in 10 minutes. I'll see you at 9:10. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna grab a drink and get a Ziploc bag for my last 2 bites of food.
up now, step up, friends, now let's be going. For here in the Midway a strange wind is blowing. Where the lights are brighter, the laughter is knowing. Friends, into this tent now of marvels we're going. Sing it loud! Ballyhoo, bally-high, sing it low and sing it high. A song for the ages, for you and for me, where the carnival mirror is calling. Step up now, step up, friends, now, let's be going. For here in the Midway a strange wind is blowing. Where the lights are brighter and the laughter is knowing. Friends, into this tent now of marvels we're going. Sing it loud! Ballyhoo, bally-high, sing it low and sing it high. A song for the ages, for you and for me, where the carnival mirror is calling.
Hello, hello, come a long way. Hello, 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 we say we welcome you to our jamboree. In Midway Alley you will see. There's a portal to take you to a land of faith. Take your friends by the hand, take a chance on fate. Be your fortune told, let your heart be clear. There's room for one more soul right here. There's a place they call the Mystic Midway. It feels surreal, but your life is for real. Claim it as the adventure it is in the place they call the Midway. Choose your ground and choose your name. Step inside this picture frame. Everybody loves a game in the place they call the Midway. Where is this place and what's the price? What is your mystic fire bright? The call to adventure is calling tonight in the place they call the Midway. There's a place they call the Mystic Midway. It feels surreal, but your life is for real. Claim it as the adventure it is in the place they call the Midway. There's a place they call the Mystic Midway. It feels surreal, but your life is for real. Claim it as the adventure it is in the place they call the Midway.
Yep, I can hear you. How's the chat looking? Hey, we're back.
Hey.
Hello. I hope you had yourself a nice, refreshing little break, had a little bit of a quick snack, and had whiskey like I did. So here we are back. The gentlemen, we've got John Lark, and we've got Durgan Lurch, and Rog Noble jumping around the night market, the goblin market, and Glitterfish, Dame Harlow, and Moon are on their they're on their adventure headed towards Dame Harlow's citadel of discipline and trust and love. So, you know what? I'm gonna real quick, and I'm gonna go to the ladies. You are on your way to citadel. I like to call that, and much like everything in this in this city, everything is towering. So you see the towering black basalt building that is the priory. You see the symbol of your order on the outside, and the only odd thing about it is that it is on the shoulder. It's on the pauldron, so basically the shoulder pad, the metallic and stone pauldron of this massive giantess, this giant woman who seems to be laying prone, like on a reclining kind of chaise lounge, except that the chaise lounge is dozens and dozens of avenues of this city. And it seems to be that her right arm is kind of sunken in the earth, but she's got this huge pillow on her head, and she sees you all walking up to the avenue that starts to lead up past her décolletage to the priory, and she says, "Good evening, ladies."
And she's the size of, like, she is Streets.
Yeah.
So
it looks like she got she laid down and the city kind of started getting built around her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's amazing.
So she's Streets.
Yeah, she's this olive-skinned, beautiful, like jet black hair, almost cat-eyed woman. I would say, if I'd have to describe her, she's Persian. And she doesn't look in discomfort or pain. She looks like she's relaxing, and especially because the night is warm. And she said, "Good evening, ladies. Heading to the priory, to the citadel." Sorry,
that woman.
Her voice booms louder than your thunderclap, but it's not aggressive. It's just this deep bass, like.
That resonates through your internal, right, through your skeleton, your organs,
hello,
through your skeleton.
Ladies.
Yes.
That that's a giant. That giant is giant.
But she's basalt, so that should be an element that speaks to you in all of your crystal rock situation.
Agate. No,
so tell us, Moira, as we approach this imposing figure, tell us about basalt. And
well, I mean, it's grounding, and it's part of the basic. That woman is huge. She's really big.
Yeah, she's massive.
She's really. Hello, giant lady, woman, lady.
Hello, little one. How is your warm evening tonight?
It's getting better now, isn't it?
Are you the abbess? Are you the abbess of the priory?
I have been made the abbess simply for convenience. I've been here for quite a while.
Then I genuflect in front of thee. I take a knee and I bow my head. And I ask for your favor for myself and my friends as we launch on a journey in an unknown land.
Newcomers, and yet you wear the signet of the order. Ah, quite interesting. And she kind of adjusts her right arm. Yes. Looks to be a druid, a knight, and the child of the unknown forest.
Wait, what? No, I'm like a magical a sorceress. No.
Yes, child, I understand.
I'm like a witch.
Yes.
Probably.
I see it on your skin. You soon will be one.
Okay,
Exalted
well,
one. Exalted one.
Oh, exalted.
Exalted
Don't throw
one.
those
What I come
labels
here
around.
I come here searching for my duty and my quest. Can you tell me, can you guide me as to my duty in this world and the quest that I am on?
Well, this world is filled with stories, so living a full life is always a duty. But, and she kind of looks around, if you'd like to help me, and others have not, I just want to find my ring.
My quest is for a ring.
Well, that's just personal. However you want to live your life, you can. I sense that your order, and she says your order because it's a feeling of she's here as both a guest and a respected member. Your order is dedicated to self-discovery. But me, I lost a ring down this pesky little hole, and you see this massive crevice that her right arm is in, and I can't seem to find it. I haven't been able to find it for quite a while.
Glitterfish jumps right in.
Oh, Glitterfish. Okay.
Well done.
You jump in the canyon that her arm is in. Right. Oh, okay. So please give me. Oh man. Geez. Let me describe it. It's a massive canyon. It's like Grand Canyon size, and you see her arm kind of disappears into the darkness below, and it's wedged, very 127 days. She's kind of stuck in there a bit, and so if you would like to get in there, I will say I'm going to give you I believe you have a climbing check, and then you can either do that through your dexterity or strength to start working your way down there.
She could change into something too, right?
I could.
She could.
Maybe make it easy.
Yeah, you could. Yeah. But it's however you want to handle this. Do you want to be yourself and climb down? Do you want to take an action to...
I think at this time it makes sense that I change and I am no longer a small fish. And I am now...
There's a basket with unconscious frog near you.
I toss the frog at Moira and say, "Watch my kid."
What? This is your child?
Frog Protective Services is gonna have.
Oh, it's so on brand to Glitterfish. Okay, gotcha. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Please don't handle my son like that, Moira.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not dead?
He's just passed out. He got wasted.
We did get a 7-year-old frog wasted, right?
Again, this is your son?
It is. And somebody kept giving him hot whiskey.
It was gin.
It was gin. Warm gin.
Hot gin.
Oh no.
Kid,
Really?
Can Harlow's ability to look into the dark vision, that's what I'm looking for. Can dark vision help at this point at all?
What does dark vision do?
See 60 feet,
have a
I
little
think.
bit.
60 feet. Yeah.
Well, you can look down into the crevice if you'd like.
So I've shapeshifted into some kind of ram, but my eyesight may not
Ooh.
be yours. So you can see, and I'm.
Yeah. Oh, I love the noise.
You can definitely like clunk, clunk, clunk on your way down.
I have ever heard. Yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely clunk, clunk, clunk on your way on down in there. It looks to be. So I'll go with Dame Harlow first. So Dame Harlow, you look down in, and it is way past your 60 feet that you can see into the darkness. You see her arm kind of wedged deep down in there. Glitterfish, as you spend your action to turn into a ram, easily able to scale the walls of this crevasse. You see that it is going to be. If you took this path, it's quite a ways. I mean, it is miles and miles deep, and there's a few areas that are going to be a little because her biceps or her elbow kind of gets in the way. But it is quite a journey if you'd like to take one. She immediately says, "Oh, little one, so enthusiastic you go down there." And she turns to Moira and Dame and she says, "Well, I hope she knows it's going to be quite a journey."
I don't think anyone knows that. Okay, should we not do that? Like, right? Oh, Glitterfish?
And she says, "Well, as far as my hand can see," which you find odd that she says can see.
Wait, what?
As far as my hand can see, well, I can't find my ring, but I know my hand is stuck in another place in the city.
So the divine sense that I have, is there any helpfulness to that here? For instance, asking the reclining figure if she's, I could ask her if there is danger or evil.
Danger down below.
Danger down below, and use my divine sense to divinate too much whiskey. Much whiskey to say divinate.
Yes, I'm with you. Divinate is going to be a word now.
Sweet.
So you would be able to divinate that. The road down through the crevice or the canyon.
Crevasse. I thought it was crevasse.
The crevasse, as she would say, crevasse would be much more dangerous if you take that way. But fill your storybooks quite a bit. But if you find out, my hand can't quite see, but if you find the neighborhood where my hand is stuck, it might be easier to get there safely.
Do you have like eyeballs in your hands? Is this like a Pan's Labyrinth situation, or like?
Not so much a Pan's Labyrinth, but more. But my nerve endings, yes, more like Glitterfish. I can see through my hand. I can sense that it is somewhere. It's where she kind of feels around. You can see that she's kind of tweaking and being like, "Oh, it felt like it was just a quarry, and Oh, they've built some sort of temple around it. I guess maybe celebrating my hand or something. I can't speak through it. I would have told him, look, my hand is just stuck to find my ring. Shouldn't have
Temple.
so much.
So we're choosing.
I think my charm bracelet is caught on something.
There's a charm bracelet. This is amazing.
So we're choosing we're choosing a journey that will feed our books.
If you would like.
Down the well to search for your ring. In the search for your ring, which is not our primary quest, we would come up with more stories for our books, or we could take a more leisurely route around your hand, which is perhaps less adventureful, but also not necessarily filling our books, but might be more in line with the sort of mayonnaise-y whatever quest that we're supposed to be doing.
Sure. I mean, this world and this city is full of adventure. Who knows what you'll find? I mean, I've been here for a little while, so whenever you get to it, but you seem to have business within the Citadel, whatever you'd like.
My friends, shall we go for book-filling adventure with possible peril, or shall we take the right hand? Shall we take the right hand of the goddess?
Well, I mean, she said something about like a temple, and whenever there's a temple, you know, there's lots of magic happening and like rituals and probably materials. And also that's a big, giant, big, dark, deep hole, and I don't have like a torch or whatever.
Glitter Fisher right on the
afraid of the
edges, precipice deep into this darkness.
My feeling is you've seen one citadel, you've seen them all. I have never seen a giant hand at the bottom of a crevasse, and I am excited. I am excited to explore my new ramminess. And this is how
new ramminess. So like a Gwyneth Paltrow goop thing, new ramminess. That's next month.
Oh.
No, Gordon Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay.
Should we get the goblins?
Brand.
Should we get the goblins if we're going to go down into a giant, deep, dark hole?
Sure. I'm down for getting the goblins in, but we got to tear them away from the night market, and I think they like bright, shiny things. But I'm down for that.
Well, maybe I can get like a little bag for your gross, half-dead frog son or something. Or I can put him in my hat.
I can eat him.
Now he's in my hat.
Thank you.
Oh, that's disgusting. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a limp, unconscious frog on top of your head.
Well, but like, you know, I don't
know they peek through the skin, so I just wanted to let you know that.
Yeah, my hands feel like they're starting to mold.
Right. Yeah, it feels actually good to put him there.
Oh, this is...
You hear an odd what is the notification alarm on your cell?
On my phone? It's like one of those glittery sounds where it's like it
goes off. Even though the battery says dead and the service says 0.
Oh my god, I guess there's Wi-Fi here.
The message just says perfect. Or sorry, perfection.
Perfection. After I put a frog on my head. And I have a tiny little mushroom growing out of my finger. But nobody notices that, right? No. That's not a thing.
So.
No.
Yeah, I don't think
that's
so.
That's just...
I mean, you notice that there's a piece of fungus growing out of your finger,
but no one else does at all. It's very unnoticeable. Yeah. Right?
We'll cut to the night market as there's a big hustle bustle going on. You see, races and cultures of every variety, and some varieties that you have no idea what they are. You've seen plenty of fantasy and sci-fi movies, and they all seem to be gathered up in this massive market. Starts to build on its way. You know, like those terrace gardens that instead of going out, they kind of go step by step. It all looks like that. And there's a smell, sumptuous smells of food, sparking more memory rather than hunger. You all have eaten your fair share of free meals, free dairy meals, except for John Lark, who has a doggy bag of of food. And so with all of that humming around you, hawkers are beckoning you forward. You hear the voices of various goblins who look like you. Some short, squat, some tall. These squat, fat bodies with long, stilt-like legs, all dressed to the nines in strange, odd, dandy wear, and yeah, they're beckoning you forward here and there. Some are offering you sweet treats, what look like savory treats, and yeah, that's it. What do you? You are all looking for. You are all looking for frog legs.
Yes.
Frog
Oh,
legs.
a delicacy.
I was looking to try and sell some stuff off, so I had some currency of the realm.
Yes. Yes.
And,
Yes.
Turns out it's dangerous, so I'm going to go for more traditional sales things.
Well, easy enough to find. Frog legs, definitely easy to find. There's these huge frog legs. They're probably about the 3 foot long frog legs, and he's goblin, and as well as their odd humanoid assistants. There's an assistant that's kind of 3-eyed and orange skin with big bat wings, and he says, hello, come on over. You look like you could use a fine bit of frog leg. It's quite. We've got two flavors. We've got spicy and we've got ranch. Are you from California? I like ranch upon your frog leg, or maybe you're spicy. You're from various areas.
I'll take the spicy. I'll try it out.
Various
Froggy?
areas.
Yes, my good hobgoblin friend.
gonna do
That's
both.
only
Do like
one
tapas.
story buck.
Like
Oh, you want a
Eric is
tapas
doing.
deal?
The poo-poo
tapas
platter.
deal.
Hold the poo-poo.
Tofu platter tapas me from Diblington, little goblin.
Rob Noble of Deeplington. Goblin Artificer.
Yes.
Pleased to meet you.
Diblington, down below by the spiral road. Yes. Well, we've got, and he plunks down a big haunch, which back on Earth would be like a lamb's shank of frog leg.
Ooh.
And he says, "This one's quite fresh. Only 5 story bucks.
Uh-oh.
If you have it on you."
Durgan has story bucks.
I'll cover it. I owe him a favor. That little guy, he hooked me up. So, yeah, 5 story bucks. Sure. No problem.
All right. Fill your belly, fill your tummy with Cyril's delicious frog leg.
So that's the coin of the realm, huh? The storybook.
Storybook, trinkets, opinions, prose. I mean, if you want some of the good stuff, you might want to give up something special. What's your favorite color?
I'm attached to it. I'm gonna keep my favorite color at the moment.
Boring. Right.
So I hear.
He was always resistant to giving up his details and secrets.
He
That
dumps it down on a large piece of parchment that you hand him the 5 storybucks.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And he immediately grabs it up. And he takes a bite of it like you would, a gold coin. He says, "Ooh, romance, delicious." And he gobbles up the storybook. He eats it all. And he's, and his gone a partner who's down there saying, "Give me a slice, give me a slice. I feel the story drain coming over me." He rips up a piece of the storybook, hands it to him. He eats it up, and they both stare, and in their eyes is a vision of love and of story. And they say, "Oh, she was quite beautiful, Hobgoblin." Yes.
You
That
know who I'm talking
reminds
about?
me.
You know her?
Yeah. Yes. You'll meet her on a road somewhere. Probably not here. Oh, my icy black heart melts, Hobgoblin. Enjoy your frog leg.
I hope the frog leg's like, something similar. It seems like you're eating the menus. Usually we don't eat the money. We eat the food. And I'll share it with the rest of the guys, and I'll say, all right,
yep,
you better be good, Rogsy.
And he in fact pushes up seats and he says, "Please dine al fresco. It's the way we dine in this world today."
And they've had COVID too.
"Please, al fresco dine." And he kind of licks his fingers, remembering the taste of the story bucks, the money that you can eat and remember the stories you have told and weaved. And you sit outdoors al fresco. The large frog leg is dipped twice. It is their form of tapas. It is ranch. On the other side, it is spicy.
Nice.
So it is a bit of cool. It is a bit of spice, and you enjoy it. And much like the food that I had described in episode 1, it is bringing back memories of the first time you tasted ranch, the first time you had something spicy. Food here isn't of sustenance; it is memories. And after a while of eating that Ognobble, you feel a pecking on your leg.
Uh-oh. Yes. What's pecking? Is it a thing? Is it a thing? Is it a creature?
You look down. It is a what looks to be a fat, flightless bird with a long, proboscis nose, and it is kind of gray with soft feathers and big, fat, pink feet. And it has a flask, or sorry, a vial in its mouth, and it's saying. I don't know why I would say that. It's just a bird.
I've said
And
that.
it's kind of nudging this glass towards you.
Okay, I'm gonna grab it. Take a look.
It has a clear liquid in it that kind of shimmers and floats, as almost like dragonfly wings.
Ooh. So
And it pecks you again and says,
So at this point, is Rognobble like smart enough to understand that perhaps like to have a little buyer's remorse?
Like, this is peer pressure, right? Just drink. Have a drink. Try it, buddy.
Well, I mean, it's up to you. Would Rognobble have buyer's remorse, or would he dive into this world?
Do I need to go to the do the old finger down the throat kind of a thing, maybe? Like a little.
The little wingless, the little fat, flightless bird is kind of looking around worriedly.
I'm gonna take the vial and give it a sniff. Can I open it up and just take a sniff?
Sure, of course you can. Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
You take it a sniff. It smells like hay and barnyard.
Ooh, I like it.
Oh.
There's nobody around. Is he like?
Oh, it's busy, but he's kind of looking around worriedly. Do you want to use your perception to get a better feel of your scenario?
Trying to ascertain the.
Or would you like to use insight to figure out maybe by its body language what it's trying to tell you?
Yeah, to get to recall my goblin memories of whether this is something that I should be exploring. Because if this is, kind of offered up by a fellow goblin, I'm like, wait a second, I'm having these memories are coming back to me, right? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Give me your insight. I believe
wisdom +1.
John and I are there. We can, maybe help out too if whatever you're trying to do.
Yeah, I'll show it to you folks. I would hold it up.
Who's your little friend? Who's that?
What is that?
Yeah, it's a big fat. It's maybe about the size of a goose. It's soft feathers. It kind of looks like a bird was made out of a bowling ball, a gray bowling ball with big fat pink feet.
Oh.
Good.
What's he got?
Am I rolling?
Mouth. Insight?
So if you'd like, you can roll insight.
Okay. And rolling. Boom. Insight 16 +1.
Oh, geez. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, memories come flooding
so
back.
17 all the way. Your memories flood back to you. You as a potential goblin alchemist. Remember that the smell and the look and smell of this formula is a liquid form of a spell called Speak with Animals.
Ooh, I love it. Also, there you go. Okay, if this is an animal handing me a vial of a spell called, I think he's gonna impulsively drink it.
Drink it.
Chat request.
Yeah.
It goes down. It has the taste of wheatgrass and alfalfa, and your mind clears.
I was just gonna make a joke like that.
Your mind clears, and there's this kind of it does sound like something Moira would drink, and there's a cacophony of sounds of what various wildlife in the area are chirping and clicking about, but then it kind of hones in and focuses in on this little thing, and it says he says, "Oh, thank goodness you've drunk it. I'm in grave danger."
We're keeping this guy around.
Oh dear. He's talking to me, Durgan. John. He says he's in danger.
Please, sir, I'm in grave danger.
Do y'all hear this? Can you hear?
It just sounds like squawking to me.
Yeah, because all the rest of you two here is like, wah, wah. Oh, wah, 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 wah. I'm in grave danger, sir. I'm a great wizard, and I have been foiled by my apprentice and turned into this feared creature. He's kept me around as a pet.
Wow. Okay.
And he's trying to snatch me back. I've worn out my welcome. Seeks to eat me. Please, sir, if you sneak into my lab, there's a formula that will turn me back into the great wizard that I once was. And of course, I will be more than willing to give you a reward.
Oh, reward.
But please hurry. His awful men are searching for me.
I'm gonna translate to John and Durgan what I've just been told.
Yeah. Okay.
So you mean we can't eat him?
He's a wizard. I don't think we should eat him. I think he's gonna give us a reward.
All right. Well, that's vague, but
not as much.
Everything's vague around here. So.
Womp.
Well, I was kind of following you guys here. I felt like you were more familiar with this environment than Are we really going to trust this chicken?
It seems like the thing
No,
you do
I'm
around
not-
here.
The chicken.
It's a goose wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah, Goose Wizards, it's a
Well,
thing.
It's a goose
I feel like I missed this section.
wizard.
I saw that band in
And
1967. They were great.
I am a floof goose, but I am a wizard. No, I'm not a floof goose as a wizard. I'm a great and powerful wizard. And extremely handsome. My mom tells me so.
Could I do an insight check as well, just to sort of read I can't really hear him talk, so I don't know.
You've
if I
got a
can-
bit of a disadvantage because you
I was
can't
gonna
speak to the floof,
Yeah,
the
I'm
floof
just-
goose, but
I'm
okay.
just like, I'll trust Rogsy on this one.
I'm not
What-
drunk.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Voice of God.
Wait, can anybody else hear? That's just us.
I don't think anyone can.
The voice
I'll
of
make
God
it so
just
they can
spoke to
hear
us.
me now.
I think
Now,
yeah,
they,
okay.
now we can hear the voice of God.
I'm sure spectators were like, why did they all just fall silent suddenly and their eyes got really big and like, what?
From on high, we've had a gift, 2 gifts, in fact. One from Bill Alley, an inspiration for Dame Harlow. The other from Agent Vesper, a cameo DM's choice.
Oh, cameo of DM's choice. Yeah. So, I'll have to incorporate that in the some point.
I'm still curious to know what a suspicious goose looks like.
Beady
So-
eyes.
Looking at it.
It's the beady eyes.
He says, please. And it's at that point you do see these men clad in patchwork kind of leather armor, kind of shoving their way through the crowd, and their eyes are on the floor. They're almost kind of bushwhacking. They're kind of looking for something on the floor. And one of
Derrigan,
them
hide
has
the
this,
goose quick.
this big whip.
I'll scoop it up in a bag.
Oh!
I'll pull out my sack and scoop it in and say, hold on tight,
Sorry, I
little
almost
guy.
did Froggy's voice.
Keep them straight.
Yeah.
You got to keep them separated.
Be quiet. Oh!
And his little long nose and mouth kind of peeks out from the bin, and he says, "That's a them." And then it sinks back in the bag.
All right, we skedaddle.
I'll try to keep him safe. I want to grab
Ooh,
like
you're gonna try to skedaddle. Are you gonna just up and skedaddle, or are you gonna try to stealth your way on out of there?
I'm gonna stealth
Grab
it and kind of
nipples.
make it look like we're shopping. Maybe grab a jacket, try it on. Like, don't look like we're too suspicious. Like, mix in a little
Ooh,
bit.
yeah. Well, then I'm gonna give you with that description. You can either roll stealth or performance.
I'll do stealth.
And I'm gonna make it a group roll. So out of the 3 of you, all you need to do is
Ah, shit! I'm not in the group.
Sure.
God damn it!
All right,
no,
Oh,
you're at your citadel.
I
I'm
was
reasonably
told I
stealthy.
could
You split
roll.
the party. You're at the citadel. Durgan, what did you get?
I got a 12.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Good.
I didn't roll very much for their.
I have guidance as well,
their
so I can
perception.
I can give it to some other people,
Okay.
give them a D4 to help anyone else. in the-
Basically, as a group roll. So the group roll is with the 3 of you, I'd like to see 2 successes.
Oh,
We'll
I have a shockingly high 18.
Oh, gee, well,
Nice.
that's 2 successes right there. Unless you want to roll Rog Noble, but 2 successes brings you right on out of there.
oh, okay, great. I have nimble escape. If that
Okay.
helps.
Oh, sweet.
nice.
Yeah. So Nimble Escape allows you to leave hide as an extra action without even
Thinking about it.
yours, a bonus action. So you're able to just hide quickly. And you make your way out of that corner of the night market, kind of moving through this crowd. There's a little chunks of giant frog legs still left on the table, but over your shoulder, the camera sees that these men and women are kind of searching around and to no avail. And Rog Noble, you hear in your mind a little, we do it, we're escaping.
What do these men look like?
They look like ruffians and scoundrels. They
Scallywag.
are the scallywags. They're in kind of a patchwork leather armored, so they don't look like they are outfitted like like whoever's in charge of them throws a lot of money and says put the best plate mail on and whatnot. They're just
they're just low level flunkies of a
low level flunkies who are working for the cash, and they're of a variety of cultures, both men and women, moving through the crowd. But you have evaded them. Meanwhile, we will cut back to the ladies at the Citadel. What are you doing now at the Citadel?
Well, I think that we are interested in going down the chasm of fabulosity.
But we don't have anything in which to do that. We need like a torch.
I know we need the team. We need the A team together,
or at least
C team.
Yeah,
a montage.
So even Rocky had a montage.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, little Team America for you.
Glitterfish, we need to get out of that. Can you climb out in your little ram self, glitter ram? Yeah. Great.
She kind of glitterfish kind of
I
clumps
have
back
a
up to the
question.
top. Yes.
So with the wonderful donations that folks are making and giving us
Yes.
Inspirations, for instance,
Mm-hmm.
which I have gotten so many of them.
Yes, we know.
Is there anything
It's all
that
the
I
friends in the
can
breakup.
use my wonderful gifts that wonderful people have gifted me to bring our crew together on a unified journey?
Well, so what we would do with inspiration is you can roll with advantage, meaning you roll 2 d20s, you'll take the best roll, or you can add minor detail to the story that would, or to the scene to benefit you. So if you could think of something like that, or you can hold on to it, that is a d20. Yeah.
That's a D20. Okay, cool.
That
Just
is a
checking.
D20.
Just wanted to make sure that I could get my dice, at least one of my dice out today to breathe.
It
I
will.
think you're
Yes.
going to want to save
Breathe.
that inspiration for our chasm.
I do. I agree with you.
Because
The chasm,
we're gonna need
the
it.
chasm of darkness in front of you. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The
I
chasm.
think the rest of us would be looking for them too, right? We want to kind of meet up with them at some point.
Well, you
so.
knew where they were.
Start
You knew
looking
where
for
they
'em.
were.
Yeah.
You knew they were going, and so
In the chasm of darkness.
I'll just simply cut to you join them at the scene outside of the Citadel. This gigantic, this giantess exotic.
Damn.
It's funny. We're not supposed to say exotic, I guess. This big, beautiful woman is reclining. Buildings and roadways are built around her, and you join her there. There's people kind of coming and going, though quite a few are going into the Citadel, and it is solemn and quiet. But you make your way to the scene. Fish has changed from Ram to herself. Froggy is asleep, passed out, and Moira Moon and Dame Harlow are there. So all of you are gathered outside of the giantess.
Okay, so Goblin.
Is this your friends?
Yeah, well, friend is a really strong word. Followers is right. At least one of them is.
Unfriend.
Followers.
Yeah. Well, John Mark said he was a follower at least. So.
Lurker.
I follow no one, but I have interest in what she does.
What an interesting array of beings you all are.
Didn't I see you on an album cover once, lady? Like Emerson, Lake and Palmer, right? That's
God.
I'm feeling it.
Emerson, Lake,
Inspiration.
and Powell. I don't know.
I'm a big
Boy,
fan.
we have had a weird walk.
Yeah, we made a friend. Oh, he did. We can't understand him. He's got this weird chicken. We want to eat it, but he says he's a wizard.
No.
Wait.
Yeah, we ate a frog, and now we have a goose friend.
Novel, you hear from inside the bag, like, so when are you, changing me back to my beautiful handsome form and thwarting my evil apprentice?
Can I do anything with that?
We're gonna pull the furry duck wizard man out, and I'm gonna explain to them what is happening. Very proud.
Glitterfish, you can speak to.
Grown-ass man in the
Yes,
swamp.
I understand everything that he says already.
Yeah, you do hear that. You do hear this floof goose say, like, "Hey, when are you going to change me back? Please, there's a reward."
We gotta find this. We have to find. Are we helping this floof goose?
So where do we need to go, Floof Goose?
Ah, yes, I can lead you back there. I have a. He's it now, but I have a beautiful home. It's an estate, lush green, and never mind. He's probably remodeled it terribly, and that he's still working on his experiments. I can lead you there. It's chic. It's a tree house. It's frontier with a little Art Deco. Never mind. I'm so sorry. I'm speaking. Oh, hello. I am Omino. I am Omino, wizard extraordinaire.
He promised treasure.
The rest of you just hear this clucking.
Chicken more than goose.
Floof Goose. The treasure inside the citadel.
There's treasure in the city. Oh, the citadel. We didn't know you.
Do we need to strap on some latex and bring the Floof Goose into the citadel?
Wow. Yeah, that's a got deal.
Oh. Yes. So basically, there's two in front of you and side quests.
I also have
There's
Moira's
lots of side
face,
quests.
just for the record. That's also my face.
I'm just imagining
It
like a tiny little black cat suit.
Shrinks back in and says, no.
Where do we go?
I don't. So,
Glitterfish, I assume you're having like a conversation with this animal, but like hearing half
yeah,
of it,
Glitterfish, are you
absolutely terrifying.
clucking?
Am I clucking?
Yes.
Yes. I speak all the languages of the animals. So
Yes, you
yes,
do.
I'm able to. Yes, I have my own accent, of course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it's
Roxy,
close.
what's he saying?
It's
What's
close.
he
You
saying?
got it.
So I'm translating. Very proud that I can
Right.
understand it, and Moira can't, being that he's a little jealous of
Right. Yeah. It's a bit you are lording that a bit over her, and this special thing, Moira. Unfortunately, you cannot understand any of the language being spoken.
Whatever. It's like not that I want to or anything. But stupid goose.
So, I guess which of these little quests interest you? Helping the floof goose wizard Omino, or taking the longer journey to discover what has happened to the ring of this giantess?
Maybe the goose can hook us up with what we need to like be able to handle the longer.
Yeah, I
deal.
was wondering if hold on, fucking screens need to get to another. I have this thing that I'm wondering about. It's a skill, I think. Laying on hands. Is there
Yes.
anything that the floof that I can do for the floof goose that I could lay hands on to make I could restore this creature to
No.
something?
Laying hands will cure physical harm.
Oh, but
So-
well, okay. Cool. All right, carry on. Whatever.
It will
Y'all just
heal.
play your game the way they wrote it. Whatever.
I mean, you can lay your hands on the goose. I'm sure it wouldn't mind.
I'll lay my hands on you, Miss Moira.
I mean, like one time in college.
It's a little bit.
Oh.
Well, I think that like this, we can either go with like this very questionable, small, fuzzy poultry, or we can help this person who is streets. So,
And at both. Yeah, we gotta hook them both.
Shoot.
That's
questionable poultry,
Oh, there we go.
woman who is streets. I feel like it's not really a question mark.
I'm a vegetarian, so I'm going. I'm
I can understand.
poultry.
But I can understand them. Rog, don't, my friend, don't you let them know. I can understand them. I am not a questionable poultry. I am a great and intensely handsome wizard.
Kind of an ugly
Why,
poultry.
you're insulting. You're insulting the wizard. He's merely in goose form.
An ugly goose.
Oh.
You're
No.
defending him, and he wants to reward us.
Yes,
What, an egg?
I will reward you with magic. With trinkets. Yes, trinkets to fend off the
Trinkets?
drain of this world, the story drain of this world. Oh my goodness, it's coming to be about that time, isn't it?
Oh, no contest. I'm sold. Durgan, lead. Are you down?
I'm down. I'd say let's ask the street lady. Yeah,
Is the goose's the goose's house in the city?
I think.
Yes, it's not too far. I
So
live
if we go
in it's a couple of avenues away, a few more blocks, a few bridges, but you know, in a nice, respectable area.
couldn't
wait,
we look for the
He s-
temple
says that to Rob.
while going to the goose's house?
It's not rude.
He kind of wants to double dip that, John.
Whoa, that sounded weird. Kind of dirty, actually. I'm confused and a little aroused.
I feel like stifled.
tea, anyone?
Okay, well, does the floof goose's house have torches? Because we do need torches to go down into the crevasse.
Oh, right. You can't see in the dark.
Only
Where's the
60
dark?
feet.
Dork reference.
Glitterfish, can you ask this poultry creature if it has torches at its house? That is definitely not a chicken coop. That is so creepy. I'm just gonna say
I don't live in a chicken coop. No, I have a beautiful. It's like a tree condo. I bought it so much. Yes, I have I have torches. I have lanterns. I have sconces. Whatever you need, please. I'm tired. Do you not know the lactic acid building up of squeezing my arms into the little wings?
It is such a talkative goose. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Do you have?
And wait, we don't even understand him, right?
Yeah,
It
no,
just
it's
keeps
just a lot of it's a lot of
translating.
a lot of
squawking.
We're
squawking
translating.
and-
It's a yes or no
Yeah.
question, Mr. Goose.
He says he does have torches, lawfully rude witch.
Or we could just use this magic light here, that I made.
Wizard.
So, if you want to just, I just threw this together, I found a couple pieces. So, if you want this magic light bulb, you can carry that around. It's yours,
I'm kind of saying fuck the goose because we have Durgan, who we have not
Isn't a goose-
adequately indulged and reveled and enveloped ourselves in his mechanical prowess.
Whoa.
Everything that you say, Dame Harlow, everything that you say has a tone.
I hand you the light. The Moira, he hands it to you. It's an offering of, of service to help you out. You're feeling in the dark, maybe.
a beautiful bulb. goes off. in your hand.
Durgan, this
Service.
is amazing.
Bulb.
I love it.
It'll probably go out in about 5 minutes, but it should hold up
Oh.
just for a little bit. So I hope you enjoy it.
The giantess is relaxing. People are coming and going. The Flufgus is, Omino is getting a little antsy, but that's it.
So I can
Froggy is.
I could produce a
still
torch.
asleep.
Still here.
Oh wait, Goblin can Rognobble can produce a torch.
Yeah, we got it all
Yep.
covered. We got those bases
We can
covered
produce
up
a torch.
between the.
Yes,
So we
I
don't need to go to the poultry's chicken coop. That's good.
Yeah, we can make all sorts of weird gadgets. So like,
But I can give you more than just torch and lanterns. I can give you so much more. It's trinkets, a magic hat.
Okay, so let's just go.
magic hats.
all right.
Magic hat,
Magic hats.
like a hat that appears and disappears all the time.
Magic hat? Like better than my hat? What?
They got all sorts of hats here.
I think Rognobble has the market cornered on magic.
Oh, he's got an
hats.
impressive, immense.
Sorry, I thought I understood the goose for a second. I thought it said magic hat, but I just squawking.
Good point.
So at this point, as the night
translating for us.
as the night is fading a bit, you feel a like a hunger pain affect all of you, and I would like all of you roll me. Yes, Dame. Roll me a will save. Your dice check is going to be 20. So you want to get to 20.
Yeah.
You'll roll you roll your d20, or you'll click on. I believe it should be right by the
It's like the first
the
thing
will
on the-
saving through.
Wait, what am I clicking on?
19. It's
Your mom.
will. It's by wisdom.
Mhm.
So click on wisdom.
Yes.
Well, there's below. Yeah, it depends. But yeah,
It's on your
below that.
on your sheet. You should have a.
I got a 19.
Wait, we're looking up wisdom.
Under
You are
wisdom,
looking-
there's like saving throws.
Yeah, under saving throws, you'll see.
Saving throws.
And then it has wisdom there.
If you click on, whoops, sorry. That it should pop up.
I'm sorry.
You can just click the one that says wisdom.
Yeah, or you can just
Yeah.
click. Sorry,
Or just
you
roll
can
a
just
die.
wisdom.
Yeah.
Okay, I rolled a dice because I cannot find wisdom on this stupid D&D Beyond thing.
That's all right. Just
What'd you
roll
roll?
a die and add your wisdom modifier.
Oh shit! Fucking wisdom fucking modifier.
Hey, you
Wait.
wanted to roll dice.
Look,
Got a 6
don't-
plus 3 equals 9.
9. Okay. There we go.
I got a 6 plus 1. I got a 10 total.
Oh, oy, oy, oy.
Then the 19.
I rolled a 10 total as well.
Being drained.
I found it. Okay, I found it.
Yay!
All right.
So for those of you who did not hit that,
Did anyone
Okay.
actually hit it?
What was the DC?
I didn't tell you why.
DC is 20. Go right ahead. Go
Oh,
ahead. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Oh my
Go.
God.
Go. Roll.
Give it to me,
But
baby.
I did roll already. I have it right here. It's
What'd you roll?
9, but then I have to add something from my wisdom thingy
Uh-huh.
on the page on the thingy.
Right.
And but I don't know what I'm
Dame
a
Harlow, you had a
modifier.
plus
I'm looking
2.
for
You had
You
a
had
plus
a. You had
Plus
you've got
one
a-
or plus
you had a-
two.
I'm plus
You have a
2. I'm plus 2.
There
You
you
can
go.
also.
I want to learn.
You also.
9 plus 2 is 11.
Yes. And Dame Harlow, you can also use one of your inspirations to roll advantage, meaning you'll roll 2 d20s. You're going to take the best result, but you're still looking for a 20.
So I'm going to roll again
Yeah.
because David Luong is
Dave-
super awesome and
Gave
bought
you
me
that,
a
yeah.
something or other, an inspirations thingy that I am only just, okay, whatever. Oh, Oh, geez, no whammies. So I got an 8, and then my wisdom plus thingy, because the page told me that,
That's
and I
less
don't
than-
even understand why, but that's okay, because plus 2 is 10. So my best was 11, right?
Was 11. Okay.
Yeah.
So all of you feel that hunger pain gnaw at you, cramp into your body, painful cramps. And
But I just had frog legs.
yeah, yeah.
Must have been the frog legs.
Maybe she had too much
it is the
ranch on
frog
that.
legs.
It's the ranch.
And with that, you feel the effects of the story drain. Story drain happens at twilight here in the Midway. And what happens on your first level of story draining is it will make your any ability rolls will be rolled at disadvantage, meaning you'll be rolling the reverse. You'll roll 2 d20s and you'll take the worst roll.
Right.
And you can only suffer so many points or so many levels of this story drain, much like exhaustion, before you become one of the fated, before you die and become a specter of the Midway. Popping out of Ramoon's hat is a very drunk, very, very happy
Cameo
Froggy, who says, yeah, but dude, I feel like 100% here. Oh, I thought I was going to get drained or something, but bingo, bango, I feel great. I'm peeing out of my skin and everything. Oh God, and he drops to the floor. Look, boss, how'd you do? How you feel? Oh, there's a dark rings under your eyes. You don't look so good, boss. Hey,
Come on, Froggy. Come back.
hey, you know what you all need? You need like a little trinket, or maybe eat some of your your storybooks, or something to help you with this thing, or maybe fill out stories in your books. I don't know.
I think we need more.
I'm just a plot device, boss.
Let's ask the floof goose. Can he help us with the story drain?
Oh God.
Don't do your DM like that.
Well, don't you all know you're natives of this world? You go on adventure. You fill your book. You fend off the story drain. If not, then you get trinkets like I was offering you to fend off this story drain. You eat some of your story bucks. You do anything you can. You steal stories. You create stories. You do anything you can to survive in the Midway. Is that a drunk frog? It's somebody else turned into an animal that you have not changed back into what they should be yet?
Apparently we're monsters that way.
Are you going to some kind of a Noah's Ark or something? Saving a people, the animals or something?
Well, we're all a bit lost here. It's it's kind of a mess. So
listen, if you want to survive in this world, here's what you do. You help me. You make stories in your books, right? I give you trinkets that fends off more of this story drain. If not, you turn into one of these faded specter creatures haunting the world on one story all your life. Always regret. Regret that you aren't as handsome as Omino. Yeah, well, maybe you, Ragnabel, you're just as handsome as me.
So is anyone going to translate what the squawking is?
There's a lot of like condescending squawking coming on right now. But Froggy jumps back into your arms.
He said that we need to go with him for the trinkets or we're going to die.
Fine, I guess that makes sense or something.
Doesn't make
Well,
any sense.
maybe we get the trinkets first and then we save him and turn him into a back into a wizard. Maybe you help us out, show us a little kindness.
Of course.
Instead, somebody else can understand what the floof wizard is saying. We try to convince the others that he lives right nearby.
He does.
Okay.
We'll wander over his place, get some trinkets.
Froggy wanders up into your arms. He says, you know a gin drink I like, but I want a Vesper.
Sorry. Fucking Vesper.
Well played.
He passes out.
Nice. Cameo complete. Well done.
Oh, thank you.
We need hats.
We do still have inspirations on Moira, on Dame Harlow, and on John Lark.
Mm-hmm. So,
okay. I'm going to raise my hand and ask for a point of order.
Sure.
How would inspiration help in this situation for those of us who may not totally understand what the fuck?
I don't know that it can.
Cool.
Inspiration will help you with a dice roll, but it'll also help you add to your benefit a small detail in a scene.
If only I had a Holocaust cloak.
You need to think about what decision you'd like to make as to whether you'd like to help a goose or help a giantess.
I say fuck the goose, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Well, apparently we're all dying of being hungry for stories, and he's got some kind of special goose egg.
Oh, and sorry, yes, the story drain, which was
that's true.
If we recap, was explained by Lucky. He says that living in this world, if you're boring, if you don't do anything within this world, you just kind of fade away, really. Yeah. If you're vanilla, you fade away.
I think he's fading away already.
And ways to help yourselves in this world is the storybooks help out a bit. Filling adventure into your soul books. Basically seeking adventure.
And what could be more adventuresome than poultry?
Don't make it sound so paltry.
Oh,
no paltry.
I can understand you. Rob, Glitter, tell him I understand what he's saying, and I hate those kind of jokes.
He can understand you, and he hates those kinds of jokes.
Oh, your accent is coming along. I like this.
Meanwhile, we're walking.
Mario Brothers was so 87.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can choose to be walking and talking.
Yeah.
The giantess is laying back and relaxing. She's fine. She's been here for.
How long has she been missing her bracelet?
She said, just a while, which you would know as a giantess saying a couple thousand years.
So not pressing. That's what I'm hearing.
Not to her, no.
Look, we're on the verge of an adventure. Down
so let's go
looking for and you're fucking.
If my time playing World of Warcraft has taught me anything.
Yes.
All right. Well, okay, Glitterfish, then can you just interpret or whatever, Rognobble, I don't care. Where we're going, and we'll go find this coop.
We're hurrying.
He leads you.
We could have been there by now if you had just stopped fighting us.
You were kind of doing your walking and talking, which you love doing. And you work your way out into the upper crust neighborhoods, and you see by what looks to be a private kind of estate. Because you see that the towers kind of melt away into hills that aren't overgrown. They're almost landscaped and manicured past this gate. And he says, "Here we are. Look at my beautiful home. Look at it with magnificent, and one day it will be mine again. After you change me back and thwart my stupid apprentice." You see what looks to be a wizard's tower in the center of this estate, made out of birch, and so it's half tree, half building. Stone building, and you see more of these floof gooses roaming around late at night near pens, and so and these shadowy figures of what looks to be like hounds or wolves, kind of steering them into place.
Yikes.
And so that is that's the scene you all see from, say, across the way past this gate. So you're far enough away that you're not necessarily onto the estate or the property, but enough that you can see into this person's private property.
So, Glitterfish, Rocknobble, are they all floof wizards that have been incarcerated by their
We're gonna listen.
apprentices?
We're gonna listen to the other geese. Just sound like
Yeah, give me a perception roll, Rocknobble.
indeed. All right. Yes. Perception, deception.
While he does that, wouldn't the plural of floof goose be fleef geese?
Fleef geese. Well, we're gonna have to write that down now. Fleef geese.
It's canon. This is canon.
18 plus
This is canon.
Fleef geese.
18 plus 1, 19.
Right.
Okay, perfect. You hear them talking, and it's not like you can tell that they're all wizards, but they do have voices. And from that perception roll, you tell that they are sad, bitching and moaning about the life that they're in right now. And a few of them are suggesting that, yes, they were people who were turned into this. But you see the large hound or wolf-like things moving them along, saying, like, "Get in line. It's almost time for getting in the coop." And a few of them are saying, like, "Well, we were promised to be turned into wolves too. We were promised to be guardsmen." And what was it like? "Tough shit, Sally. You draw the short straw. Get in there before I chop one of you, and the boss ain't gonna notice one of you missing." And so you get an idea that these are all staff of house. So they're the sculinary maids, the butler, the stable boys, and things like that are being experimented on and changed into these animals. And
By the apprentice?
by the
Perhaps?
yeah.
So I asked the wizard, how can we best help you at this juncture? Do we need to get you into your house?
Yes, upstairs in my bedroom.
Is there a back door on this place?
Sorry, upstairs in my office, there is a formula that once spoken can change them all back. It's under a lock and key. My apprentice and I knew of a formula. Who knew he was such an a-hole? He did this while we were all asleep. Such an a-hole. We treated him as so nice. I fed him once.
All right, so.
But yes, you do see that, and he suggests that, yeah, there are back doors, there's windows that you could climb into, there's a front door, but it is all being patrolled and guarded by various either these large wolf things or some of those kind of ramshackle ruffians.
I say it's time to divide and conquer. Let's create a distraction, and I'll zip in. I'm super fast and nimble.
You gonna stealth and sneak in?
You gonna Stealth it out.
Try to. Should we distract the dogs over across?
Maybe we should wait until it gets dark.
Can I cast my thunderclap again?
I'd say right now it's a
Oh,
bit
God,
it's about
don't.
twilight.
Just
Oh,
don't.
That's a good time.
Wait, what do you mean?
Just
It's
don't.
We could have one of.
Oh yes, sorry, John. It is dark, but you see, you see dimly.
Who wants to sneak and who wants to distract? Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, you
I
see
would-
the big gigantic arced gates of like a gated house with the symbol of what you would assume is Amino's family crest, but
when you say it gets dark here, you mean it gets dark like there's no streetlights, right?
here, yes, there's no streetlights.
Oh,
I can cast a distraction. I
Mm.
have the ability to create some like a fire or
I can do that.
create the voice. Can you do that? Yes.
I can do a big giant fire.
That would
be
probably
cool.
call the attention of the dogs over.
And I can do a big giant thunderclap and scare everyone.
Look at us working together.
No, we're not. I'm doing the work.
And
Oh,
suddenly,
lawfully rude.
and
Oh.
suddenly, I like Moira.
Oh boy.
Suddenly, I like
Oh,
Moira.
boy. So, but
magic hat.
the general plan is that Moira Moon is going to create a very, very large distraction.
Mhm.
And you all are some of you are going to sneak in, all of you are sneaking in. What are the rest of you going to be doing with grand plan?
She's going to make herself look like a giant steak.
I could do that. I could shape shift into a giant tap dancing steak.
I'll stick with Moira and kind of keep.
Well, you
keep an
are
eye
a
on it.
shifter, yes. Yeah, you can
All right.
not only change because you're a druid into animal forms, but you can change because you're a shifter into different visual. You can change into different people.
Can I change into a giant steak?
But no. But you can change into a giant cow if you'd like.
I think the outcome of being a steak is not gonna.
I would rather change into something more predatory if I'm going in that route. I don't know if I want to be a cow.
Another one of the giant dogs.
A wolf. You could be one of the wolves.
Could I become one of the wolves?
Or-
Yes, you could.
yeah.
Yep.
I want to do that.
Yeah, there are they're wolves. So it's right now at the level you're at, you can turn into one of the wolves right now.
Okay, and then I could get intel.
Ooh,
I like it.
A Pentium 2 processor?
Yep. Bum 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 bum. No, that's
Could we take out?
Um,
Could we take out some of the ruffian types and like kind of take their gear and like kind of maybe
sure.
swap?
Yeah, I
Maybe
mean,
John
it's
and I
been-
could kind of.
this is your plan you're thinking of. I like it. We
Well,
got
you
a
know,
we
like
got a
the
distraction. We got a wolf camouflage. We have
Sneaky.
beat up ruffians. Sneak up and beat up ruffians. I like
What do you
it.
say, Johnny? You want to help me beat up some of these punks?
Huh.
I believe it when I see it.
How's that guy? How's that guy? How big does that guy look? Is he like sickly and kind of small?
Yeah, they're not wolves. If I have a choice between that and the wolves, I'll take the punks.
All right,
I'd like to, Marcus. I'd just like to size one up and
Yeah.
see how I'd fare in a.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right. Give me an insight roll if you're kind of looking from afar to check out one of the these ruffians.
13.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's one that you see that is what looks to be a heavy smoker. And is kind of lazing about the job. You could take that one.
I got
the
yeah, no
others
problem.
look the others look big and mean, but this one's kind of the one that gets bullied to be go get the coach, go get go get our weapon, clean our weapons,
All right. All right. Well,
and that one is kind of always take a smoke break, always more towards going towards the front gate and things like that. So
listen, Durgan, I'm going to be honest here. I've never been in a fight before. And I mean, I've been hit a couple of times and it really sucked.
Yeah, like in the nose. I know what you mean. That's the worst.
So that's not really my ballywick, but
what if you hit them before they hit you?
Sure. I mean,
and they can't hit you, right? You just sneak up on them, you hit them in the back, and razzle them.
Sounds
right.
Sure.
The perfect plan.
Okay.
Can't fail.
Dame Harlow, you feel your book not friendly twitching. You feel it moving against you.
Oh,
I do. Do I?
Yeah. It's I've slightly.
Hello there.
I'm waiting.
Investigate. Open it up.
What do you do? Oh, you open it up. Right. I was hoping you would. You actually see that it is writing out the chapter where you are all right now. You see illustrated form in your style, your Eric Stoughton, Tom of Finland style, of your party outside, looking in, like peeking past bushes and looking into where you are now. It stops. It kind of says it gives a brief summary of the group heading towards adventure.
Ooh.
But that's it.
Glitterfish?
Oh, yes. Glitterfish. Are you changing into a wolf?
Yes, I've changed into a wolf. I'm now hanging out with the pack. Just
Okay.
listening.
Oh, wait, Glitterfish, wait.
You're going to try to hop over the
ride.
the gated fence and
I'm
into
3 feet tall.
I can come back and get you.
Okay.
Orcs ride wargs, and goblins ride glitter wolves.
So,
all right, so I come back.
Rob Newlington, you hop on.
I hear you shouting and jumping. I see a little like.
No, there better not be shouting.
No shouting, no shouting.
Weren't you gonna sneak in there, Roxy? You were gonna sneak in there.
I'm just waiting for you guys to
the
get
back of a glitter wolf.
Okay, so you hop on the wolf and try to hide.
Yeah,
with the wolf. So with you get to roll with because you're a goblin, you get to roll with advantage. So give me 2 hide rolls. You're gonna take the best one.
So hide.
Oh my god!
Stealth,
I rolled a 1.
Stealth,
So a 1 being the absolute worst I can roll. So obviously these wolves are drinking hot gin. They are terribly not doing their job. I guess because they're not really wolves. They're just a bunch of bulls transformed in wolves.
Okay, 10 for the first one. Not great.
Perfect. And roll another one. So what you're doing is rolling as an opposition with me. So my score is 1.
17, 14.
17, 14. So you got a 17?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you are hidden. You're just like this furry hump on the wolf that is obviously these bullies are wolves only in features. They don't have like the senses of a wolf. They don't have, they can't smell you. They don't have the eyesight and all of that. They just have big teeth and they get to be wolves and be edgy.
It's like some kind of fantasy Milgram experiment.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you, Glitter, jump over the steel fence and into the estate and hop over. They're all kind of milling around, and you hear them. Yeah, because both of you can speak to them, or both of you can understand them, and they say, I can't wait till this shift is done. I can't wait for a cigarette. we all smoke so much.
And with the 2 of them gone, none of us can talk to the floof goose. So that's
Oh,
Kind of on their
No, yeah,
Bliss
no,
Goose
no.
adventure now.
It's just quacking away.
so you
Actually,
guys,
no, it's not quacking. It knows to be quiet, or the wizard knows to be quiet. So.
I'm gonna do my really big loud spell casting thing, and I need some space. And also it's gonna be really loud, so you should probably like go.
Do it.
Go, go, go.
Yeah, no, you should totally be alone with the wolves. That's cool.
It's gonna be fine because I
Yeah.
have my magical abilities to protect me. I'm so
and C will protect you.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
let's see.
That's
But
a
first,
weird,
we're
weird
gonna.
patron name.
I'm gonna cut to
Positive.
Rog and Glitterfish amongst the wolves. You make your way over there, and they kind of look over and they say, new recruit.
Yes. You know, got here a couple days ago, just checking it all out.
Now I guess boss is outsourcing.
Yeah. We were wandering around outside, and he just invited us in, gave us some steak, and here we are.
What? Steak?
But you guys don't get steak?
Well, one of the bigger ones with this big gray kind of shock hair over one ear says, of course I get steak. I get steak all the time. I get so much steak. You wouldn't believe how much steak I get, newbie. You probably got scraps of what I got.
That may be.
Yeah. Roll a persuasion, please.
Yeah. Ruh-roh. That would be for you, Glitterfish?
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hang on. I'm sorry. Where's persuasion?
It's going to be in one of your skills. Or
I found it.
Mhm.
15. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh.
Plus 4 is 19.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus. Marty, do you have my dice out? You don't? Okay. I have my dice out.
We have your dice out.
Boy,
Yes.
I'm
You
rolling
can
terrible.
borrow mine.
Maybe my digital dice will roll better.
All
You
right,
can
here we
borrow
go.
mine.
All right,
Roll,
we're rolling 'em.
please.
We're rolling 'em.
What'd I get?
That is an 8 on the die.
Oh my God, that's even worse than I've rolled on in life.
You're welcome.
Fine. The wolves are like, you hear them like chitter chattering amongst themselves a bit, and they said, "Newbie, go make sure the floofs get inside the in their coop."
No, it was a coop.
Okay, so you convinced them that you're one of them.
Okay, so I'll
And
find
so they hang back and they let you to your own devices and say, like, look, make sure they get in their coop, and we're gonna take a break, and they lay back and lick themselves.
It's out.
It was nice meeting you.
Sweet.
Whatever, noob. We're gonna be here eating steak and licking ourselves.
Glitterwolf, now's our chance.
So then we're gonna cut back to and you over to the coop, and you see before we cut back, you see that everybody or the geese are kind of terrified that another wolf is coming towards them. And they're like, "Oh, we're getting to our coop. We're gonna sleep. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be good."
And I'm like, so I'm still a wolf, but I'm speaking to them.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. What are you
Like,
saying
it's
to him?
cool. It's cool.
What are you
It's
saying
fun.
to him?
You don't have to be afraid of me.
Oh. What?
Cool. I'm down with the keys.
I'm one of the good ones.
We're
They
here to
kind
help.
of they're bunched together in a gaggle, and they what?
It's cool.
We're here to save your wizard. Your
They kind of flock back a bit as they see a little goblin head like stump up. But you're here on behest of the master?
Yes, the wizard. He has sent us here on this quest to save you.
Oh, thank goodness. I can't tell you how much I want to get back to my life of servitude and not be a goose.
Please guide us into the best way into the manor.
And they kind of look around just to make sure that the other wolves aren't paying attention. So you'll have to give me a bit of a stealth roll, please. And
doing it. Stealth. Was that for glitter or for me?
I'll have you. I'll just put it.
19 plus 3.
Oh my god, my dice are. I cannot roll higher than a 10. So the
Marcus
wolves
needs another inspiration. You still have the inspiration, don't you?
I do not. No, I used my inspiration on other
Okay.
parts. So the wolves are. Well, the wolves are wolves. They're on break. They're licking themselves because hey, if you got turned into, you might as well. So so they're off doing that, and you guys make it past there, heading towards the tower without any trouble. The rest of you outside of the estate gates, Moira Moon, you're setting up your thunderclap. But I'm sorry, your ritual. Yes.
My goal is to I'm going to cast this incredibly powerful spell, and I'm going to gather all of the like workers or whatever, and I'm going to challenge the apprentice so that he comes out. I'm going to challenge him for his magic.
Oh.
Yeah. It's going to be the best distraction because like everyone's going to be paying attention to me.
Oh, all right. Yes,
You're the best.
Yeah,
I have so much respect.
Oh, yeah.
We have had a $100 donation,
What the fuck?
which means we have a suddenly situation, and we must pull
one
a
of the
story
cards
card to see how it affects this current.
Oh, thank you, donor.
Amazing.
Wow!
Thank you.
You will now be
Thank
changing
you.
the theme.
Thank you, whoever that was. Oh my god.
And you'll be
damn.
equipping me with maybe ammo for these ding dongs.
Oh my goodness! The card has been pulled, and it is.
Can you show it? Can you show it, Marty?
It is the Hobo King.
Ooh.
What? The Hobo King?
He's
The weather changes. A cold wind blows. There is a psychic force that goes into everyone present, making them feel different. The Hobo King brings tidings of adventure and trials, but also hope.
Yeah.
Okay. What is in everyone's hearts now?
I think we put on a show.
I'm going to be the next apprentice.
The Hobo King.
Ooh.
Oh, the Hobo King smiles
Take over
upon
the
you.
tower.
You feel this because of the neighbor's refuse swirls around you as you start to build up your thunderstorm. You see far in the back, almost like a shaggy, patchwork jacketed man giving you a bit of the thumbs up, and all of you will be getting inspiration from this. So you'll all be able to cash that in to either change a detail, a small detail about a scene, or you'll be able to roll with advantage. Wait, do we all have something to drink?
We could all have something to drink.
As long as you all will be able to do this, as long as we all take a shot.
I have water.
All right. And I've got something for me that the Hobo King has given me, actually. Thank you.
Give me half a second to grab a drink. I'll be right back.
Clown hooch? Is that what it is?
It's a bit of clown hooch. I have a little bit left.
I grab my hooch.
And we've been needing to take a break anyways. So before this initiative started, remember that the Hobo King is looking and smiling upon you. Hobo King is unpredictable. He is all about high adventure and high hilarity. I have something that he's given me. Remember to use that little detail for something for you, as swirls, almost a whirlwind of refuse and trash is building up around you as the thunderstorm is growing. There's kind of a cackling from this patchwork gentleman in an alleyway who is wishing you well. Oh man, I might have to make an appearance from the Hobo King. And I better go grab some of the drink for this.
Wait,
Break time.
RB.
Break time.
Break time.
yeah, because yeah.
Yes. So the Hobo King, of course, is the beginning of the adventure. He seems poor, seems destitute, but truly he is the richest of all. And in fact, we might have a song of his to play.
Wandering soul.
As
He is, in fact, the king of the wandering souls.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
I finished off my Oben. So we're good.
That's what I'm drinking too. Wow.
Hey, Oben buddies.
All right, I got it. I got a couple things that the king has given me, so I got it.
Got your knapsack?
I got my knapsack. I got my no railroad bull is gonna get to me, my friend.
I'm excited.
Come close, my dear. Ashes
Okay,
for
wait.
your fears. I am the king of the wandering souls. The weeds and dirt, the lost
She's still out. I could have been peeing more.
These are the fields where your words become gold. I am the king of the wandering.
Are we still on, Marty?
We are still on. It's just playing under us.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to my vast empire. All you behold.
The mics are still hot.
They are still hot, and that's
Great
fine.
by my
I can
tin
adjust.
can fire. We'll tell stories from dusk until dawn. We'll tell stories from dusk until dawn.
Oh, that's so nice.
I stand guard at the gate, hold the key to the stage. I am the
For
king
those
of
of
the
you-
I can hear up in my restroom. I can hear us, and I like heard Marcus come back, and I'm all
first
like,
must gain out.
finish it off.
To the fields where your words become gold. I am the king of wandering souls.
I don't know how you do that. Once it starts, it's just not stopping. It's just hard.
We have skills.
We're adding.
Pull it down there.
It's
We're
called
adding
Kegels.
a new definition of live stream.
Before you move on, I demand a tune. Something old that will lighten your load. But at the end of your stay, as you leave the Midway, in these fields your own words become gold. I am the king of the wandering soul.
It's a goal. Take some training.
Welcome to my vast
Mark that into one more thing
empire.
I learned
All
from
you
Futurama.
behold and beyond.
Marty, did you say who the donor
Pull
was?
up a crate by my tin can fire.
we'll play
Tell
this out.
stories
It's
from
almost
dusk until dawn.
Thank you so much for the donation, yo boy
Stories from
Skylar.
dusk until dawn.
Always an ally.
I am the king
Always a
of
beautiful, beautiful man.
wandering
Reclining guy.
Yeah, that-
Reclining guy. Thank you. He's the only one that'll get that, but reclining guy. Thank you. Skylar is reclining guy.
Speaking of reclining.
Marcus,
Hey.
I can add on about the Hobo King real quick.
Yes, please. Are we coming back in? Can you speak
back
on
in.
the lore of the Hobo King?
I can drop in there real quick.
Okay.
Wait, are we?
Marty, are
Go
we
for
in?
it.
Is he-
We are good.
Okay. Yes. And Scott, could you give us a little quick lore about the Hobo King, and then we are back into gaming.
The beauty of the Hobo King card being played here is just a reflection of the power of story. The Hobo King wields the power of story, whether they be magical, terrible, or whimsical. It's just a reflection that we're in the flow, starting to generate stories, and thus be able to potentially stave off the negative effects of the Aternium Road. by creating the stories and working together to, to craft this. So I know Rognobble is ecstatic, who's, Robert Noble, being a muggle back in his old life, desperate for magic now, riding atop a glitter wolf to save a wizard in a magical land. So he's just like, he's ecstatic.
Yes, I would say that this Hobo King noticed when you all turned to true adventure for the first time.
Yeah. Right. Well, speaking of jumping adventure, we're going to have a little toast to not only our donor, boy Skylar, and we'll drink to Road, King of Adventure. It's the Hobo King. Cheers, everybody. We're about to roll initiative.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Somewhere in chat, there's people going, finally, you're rolling initiative.
So which dice is that? Which one is that?
That is still always going to be a
20.
20. So
I love this dice so much.
The pieces of paper, leaves, refuse, probably some stitched up, patched socks are floating all around Moira Moon as she's building up this thunderstorm. Meanwhile, camera cuts to Rognobble and Glitterfish hopping along towards the back of the estate with this gaggle of floof geese. This gaggle of floof geese towards all of this.
They prefer fleef geese.
Oh, sorry, fleef geese. Sorry, fleef geese. There's more than one. I'm so sorry. Fleef geese. And and first I'm going to have Moira do her effect because it's almost like a surprise round. And then I will get into a bit of initiative. So that way I can kind of govern where all this action is kind of coming from. So Moira, take it away. What are you doing?
Okay, so I'm gathering myself. I'm trying to remember what it was that I did inside that bookshop because I really didn't know. And I was just like really angry and really wanted attention. So I'm trying to tap into that, and it's not very hard. So I'm getting into that zone. I'm feeling.
You hear that at the back of your. You hear that at the back of your mind too. You hear the.
Okay, well that's really disconcerting, but okay.
You're going to do it, Bunny.
What the fuck? Okay. Okay, so we're just gonna we're gonna center and we're gonna just scream really, really loud again.
Oh, you're gonna let out your anger.
I'm gonna let out my anger, and
Okay.
I think it's just an instantaneous effect.
Yep. If it's
I will just roll it. Guess what it was?
a 1 again. Your gums go black. Your hair kind of weaves into these twigs and vines that you think must be the refuse of everything floating all around you. And the rest of you see Moira, and she kind of takes on this look of like if it's Moira, but she's almost like half like willow tree, like her veins are becoming these etches of bark, and she screams in anger, and a thunderclap goes on. It's loud, so it's a loud alerting clap, and you see the gate in front of you go just a bit, but suddenly a light goes off on the top of the tower, and you see a silhouette of a figure looming down at you. Still, the Hobo King, the Patchwork Hobo King, looks around the alley with it.
And I scream out and I say, "You heard me. You heard the power of my voice and the strength of my magic, and I challenge you. And I'm gonna take over this whole tower, and I'm gonna be the apprentice. It's gonna be amazing. And I'm finally gonna get everything I need."
You just hear a lot of squawking from the wizard in your purse. Froggy wakes up from this thunderclap. Ah! Oh no, not again. Boss? So, right. Then you hear the growls and howls of the wolves, you hear a few of the guards start hitting each other on the shoulder, like pointing in your direction, because it was loud. It didn't cause a lot of damage, but it's a thunderclap. It's in front of this estate. So please, everybody, give me an initiative roll. You'll be rolling a 1d20, adding your dexterity modifier, and that will tell me where in the scheme of things y'all be.
Dexterity.
John is a predator, ready to pounce. He's poised. He's ready. He goes on a 3.
Dexterity modifier.
I got a 20.
Oh my goodness. Durgan Lurch going on a 20.
I got a 17.
Nice.
Little fish
Here's my dexterity.
with a 17. Whoopsie.
Oh. I got a 7. I can't roll
Goodness
double
gracious.
Initiative roll. Initiative. Boom.
So as
Yes,
part
sir.
of the suddenly, there may be a hazard. The request is steak, but really, the Hobo King does hot dogs. It starts to rain hot dogs.
Ah, that's right. It is time for suddenly, with that thunderstorm, blasts forth a torrent of Papaya King foot-long hot dogs.
Otherwise known as Franks.
They are Franks. They're called Red Hots. And oh man, that is good actually. Moira, since you called that forth, could you give me just give me a roll, add your charisma modifier.
Sure.
Charisma.
I rolled a 4.
Wonderful.
But I have a charisma of a +5, so it's a 9.
9? Oh my goodness gracious.
Wowza.
Marty, what did the wolves roll to distract? Are they going to be distracted by these delicious Red Hots, Frank's Red Hots?
They rolled a 20.
Oh.
What, natural 20?
Natural 20 for the
Not.
wolves.
They could care less about these things. Now, I will give you
You know what? No, I'm using my inspiration roll.
Oh, yes. All right. You're going to have to get that 20. You have to get that 20.
Let's roll it.
I rolled a 14 that time, which is just a 19 in the end.
Oh.
Can I give her a D6 on a skill roll with guidance?
Yep.
Or D4. Roll a D4,
Yep.
which
Go to
I don't think you can.
There, yeah, this isn't, I mean, because it's not combat or anything. I'm not saying like, oh, a natural 20 beats everything. It's just, it's a score. So
Give me that D4.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to roll
I
it?
don't know how to roll that. Yeah, roll it.
I got a 4, so you got 23 now. Yeah.
Yes.
23 altogether.
But you like
So
hot dogs.
the thugs are still coming at you.
They got mustard on them.
The figure in the window is now opening up the window to stare down at you. It's wiping off these huge glasses that are on its face, because everybody in my world, for some reason, wears glasses. And but the wolves are not going to go for now. So they are not rolling any initiative right now, because a torrent of hot dogs is not only making them hungry because they know they can eat this to avoid story drain, but two, it's slapping them in the face. You know, you ever see that meme where hot dogs are just slapping them on the face, distracting them? You can't
Same
help
Helen
but
Shaw.
have an Oscar Mayer wiener.
More like an Oscar Mayer winner.
An Oscar.
Everyone's
Mayer.
a wiener.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
The thugs.
Hear
the
my
thugs.
wiener power.
The thugs are going on 5. Apprentice is going on. Oh my God! What is this die? Oy oy oy!
This is just like back at the Wiener Circle, back home.
Damn it! And Lisa, what did you roll for your initiative?
I have no idea who Lisa is.
Oh, sorry, Dame Harlow. What did you roll for your initiative? I'm so sorry.
Nice.
I've broken you out of this immersion that we have of hot dogs raining from the sky. And
It's your evil doppelganger's
They're
name.
very realistic Franks.
oh, they are extremely realistic, Franks. I'm actually I haven't had dinner yet, so I would love hot dogs for dinner.
Over alien squid.
Okay, so I have 16 for my initiative.
Oh, nice.
And then I know that I have one inspiration donation left, but I'm not sure
if
that I
you-
want to use that yet.
You
Good
actually
roll.
had an additional inspiration
2.
donation, so you have 2 at the moment.
Oh,
It's already
my
a pretty
God.
good roll, though.
Now you can.
Somebody's our darling.
I know.
Well, that's true. But also John had an additional 1, Moira
Yeah.
had an additional 1, and Marcus, the
great.
DM, had 3.
Oh, let me
Ah.
write that down so I can mess with your lives.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Marcus
John.
is our darling. I'm so sorry.
Our fans hate us.
Right. So Dame Harlow, you can if you'd like, but 16 is a good roll plus your initiative. I mean, sorry, your dexterity modifier. So you can say that.
Let me do this. Let me do
I
this.
think
I'm
Glitterfish
going
might have gotten an inspiration that is not
on my
being tracked.
dexterity modifier. Wait. I want to do my own
Alrighty.
homework. My
Do your own homework.
dexterity modifier, according to the Pooter, is 2. So
Yes.
that would mean that I had 18, which is respectable. Yes.
Very, very respectable.
So
Extremely.
I'm going to hold off on using my super excellent back points for other things, and I'm going to go with 18.
Okay, gotcha. You get your 18. So it looks like everybody's in the mix, and the first person. Rog Nobble. What is your initiative? I'm sorry.
Oh, I had 11.
There you go. And 11. Okay.
It goes to
So-
11.
It goes to 11. Camera cuts to racing across the green acreage of this estate. Glitter Fish, what are you doing? You see the backstore. Hobo King, you're making me drink. You see the back door of the treehouse tower in front of you. You haven't rolled to miss yet, so I'm not going to say that there's a guard there. But if you do roll something, I might throw somebody in there. But so far, it is open and nobody is there. The fleet geese, the fleet geese are like, looks like coast is clear. That's the back door, or sorry, that's the servant's entrance.
Do it.
Yes. So of course I'm like, let's go. Come on, guys. I'm
Are
climbing
you
up.
trying to open this door as a wolf?
I'll leap off if we're near the door.
Oh, okay.
I'll get all nimble. I'm getting nimble. I leap.
Okay. Yeah,
Well, there we go. We got him.
Okay.
I can also
And I
just
won't count that as one of your actions. So you open you fiddle with the door. It is locked.
Oh.
I have thieves' tools.
Oh.
Okay, so
You
I'll
have
be
thieves
Give
tools.
it a
So
jiggle.
what thieves tools are going to do is give you an advantage to pick a lock, and pick a lock is done through your agility.
Dex. Oh,
I'm
agility.
sorry, your dex. Ugh, too many
yeah.
additions. I'm so sorry.
Fine.
I'm going through too many editions of D&D.
All right, here we go. Dexterity.
Right.
Oh, wait, no, I know. Say that. Come on. Just dexterity roll.
Mhm.
Alright.
And you guys know that you are on disadvantage, but just with your abilities. So if I called for, like, say, just a flat strength roll, it's with disadvantage. But because you're using your skills, you roll as normal. So
11 plus 3, 14.
team easy. It was sorry, I should have told you it was a DC 12 to unlock it. You pop that open, and the servants' door is open. You see the servants' apartments, this long hall that leads to what looks to be the servants' meal quarters, and stairs leading up. So maybe about 40 feet in front of you. I would say 50 feet in front of you. You see a set of stairs that leads up past all this description.
All right, I'm gonna make my way up there as quickly as possible. Glitter Wolf.
Yes.
What do you say?
Now it's Glitter Wolf, yeah.
You coming up with?
Yeah. We're in this together now.
Right, I'm doing it.
Are you still a big, impressive wolf?
For now, yes.
Yeah, he comes striding into the hallway. This glittery, dark wolf. I love it. All right, and we cut to the outside, which will be Dame Harlow with her 18. What do? You see men and women, those kind of leather armor clad men and women rushing towards you, slipping and sliding a little bit on hot dogs on the lawn.
Very difficult terrain.
Very difficult terrain, so they're going to take a while. They've already rolled terrible on their initiative, so you've got the open road. And you see the shutter windows open of the wizard's tower as the apprentice looms out over the estate. What do you do?
Okay. Can I... Actions in combat, it appears that I can cast spells.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you've if you've picked out a spell, you can attack and use a smite, I believe.
Yes, so you can channel your holy power into your attack. So you attack with a sword and you charge it with the force of your faith.
Yeah.
Okay, but can I? Okay, wait. Just hear me out.
Yes.
There might be whiskey fueling this, so
well, that's understandable.
I will take correction.
Yeah.
And guidance.
So coquettish.
So if I can cast a spell, or wait, what did I say I can do? I can cast a spell.
Yep.
And and there's all these hot I don't know what kind of, all right, I'll admit it. I don't know what kind of spell I want to cast. I just want to do that because I can do it. And it seems like it would help. So I can do, what did the voice in the sky say that I can do?
Pop the dogs.
Pop the dogs. So you can use a smite ability. Smite abilities are things that paladins can do. Basically, you focus energy around like a physical attack, and I think we talked about it with your lightning attack.
Right, because I have electric abilities because of the aquatic eel situation.
Mm-hmm.
Can I smite? Can I smite? I would love to smite just a little bit, just a little smoting, like a smeating.
Yeah. What are you smoting?
You're gonna charge and attack them? Like
there are. Would you? So it's more that it's this focused light attack that sparks off from your physical attack. So say like you swing with a sword. Are you attacking the wolves or the thugs?
Can I swing with a violet wand?
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Okay.
I was so silly to introduce a sword to you when I assumed that you should have been using a violet wand. So a truncheon-sized violet wand.
Nice.
Comes
vibrating.
I hope this is 13 and up. It's probably late at night. Okay, we're good.
Well, it is after 11.
All right, good. So you pull out this truncheon that sparkles and crackles with this purple lightning around. And
the ultraviolet that happens to be in my emblem, by the way.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, you're right. Good God. And so you'll be swinging. You're swinging at these men and women, these thugs that are approaching you. They have a armor class of 12, meaning the target number you want to hit is 12. So what you want to do is roll your D20, which you love rolling. And it looks to be that when you roll it, you're going to add 4 to that.
Why?
You'll be adding 4 to that because of your modifiers.
You will be adding 3, in fact. 1 for your strength and 1.
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry.
2.
I'm looking at Durgan Lurch's.
Yeah, no worries. And 2 for your ability with martial weapons as a paladin.
Yep.
Ah,
3 total.
sorry. Okay. That's a little fast for me. I'll catch up with that. And then, if I so chose, wasn't there
3
one?
altogether.
Okay, 3 altogether. So I'm rolling and then adding 3.
Yep.
Okay.
And the target number you want to get is 12. Remember, you do have several inspirations, so you can, if you'd like, you can spend 1 to roll 2 20s and take the better result.
But I already have 20.
Oh, holy chowder! Did you roll a natural 20?
I rolled a 17 and then I had plus 3.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I did not roll a natural 20.
When you roll a natural
There
20,
seems
let
to
me
be
know.
A thing. I'll catch up on that later. The natural situation.
Yeah, more than
big naturals. 20.
More than enough. And now you get to roll damage.
Oh! Is it the same one?
No.
Oh no! What do I get to roll? Do I get to use a different dice?
Right, with your truncheon, it is a. Let me look at equipment real quick. 1d8. So you're gonna roll. Yes, you get to roll a different die, Lisa. I mean, Dame Harlow. You get to roll a different die in your box finally, and
There's a different die in my box.
Yeah, there's a different die in your box. So dig deep, and it's gonna be a 1d8. Yes, that is a 1d8.
Wonderful. I was just fondling that die and wondering when I would get to use it. Okay, so I'm rolling this one?
Yes. You're rolling that one, and you are adding your 3. You're also adding a d6 for your smite, which is your electrical damage.
Okay, so I rolled a 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Keep in mind you have inspirations.
Correct.
Okay, I rolled a 7, and then there's
a 6.
Yes.
Your standard 6-sided.
You have a d6 in your box.
Oh, I have to do a different one?
Yeah, you get an extra one because you're smiting with your.
Oh my
your
God!
electricity.
Oh my God!
See, here's the crazy part. You guys are actually going to start to roll now. The first episode was hardly. That's a D4.
That's a D4. Right. I can count. Shut up.
You know, the D6 is just going to look like your little.
The Yahtzee one.
You know, the Yahtzee dice you roll.
I've never.
It's the dice you roll in craps.
I've never played craps. Oh, I played craps once, but I was really drunk.
Well,
and that's
here we
different
are.
how.
That's too many sides. That's where we are now.
Here we are.
That's too many sides. That's not 6 either. I'm sorry. This was cute until it wasn't.
Look for a cube.
Yeah, just look for a cube. There you go. Punch it. Because you almost took care of.
That is 6.
Okay, yeah, you almost took care of one of them. Roll it.
All right.
Rognobble
Yeah, there it is.
got one to scale.
Rognobble, thank you. Thank you.
I got a 6.
Oh, Jesus.
Nice. Wow.
Okay.
You're gonna crush that guy. And she gets like plus 3 damage.
You see one of them in front of you just suddenly get blasted back by your ultraviolet purple energy that racks his body, throws him up against one of the metal fences. Again, the crackling of energy. He can't speak his safe word. He drops down unconscious. Geez, there's only 4 more, but jeepers creepers. Yeah, you knocked the hell out of that guy. Maybe I should set these guys up a little tougher, but okay. So after that, we have oops, sorry.
Got a 20.
You had
Thank you so much, sweetheart.
Glitterfish had a 20, and yes, it is Durgan Lurch.
Well, I got an idea. I'm gonna I got 4 guys.
they're
coming at us.
suddenly against by this energy that blasted forth, simply because they weren't expecting anybody to be messing with their master's thing. They were just getting paid to be a bunch of ruffians, you know.
Right. Well, I'm going to grease them. I pull out a contraption that I've been holding. That's a big long tube, and squirt out just weird kind of, mayo greasy solution onto their feet using a grease spell.
What game am I
Okay,
playing?
there we go. Yeah, exactly. Right. So you put out you whip out your caulk gun and
grease the area. Yeah, just sort of spray it all out there. And that's a 10-foot square. Should kind of make them fall down if they mix their saves.
It's right pretty much at the entrance of the estate, or sorry, the gates of the estate. So basically, it would be a drive through, or sorry, a driving path. Right. Oh man.
It's a 13 DC 13 check on them when they try to walk through.
Marty, would you like to roll for me, because these dice are terrible, please?
You got it. You're rolling a 20.
Rolling a D. They have a +1 for their agility to see if they will stand up. There are 4 of them.
That's a 15.
Yeah,
makes it
16.
Got it.
I'm sorry, that was a 14. A 9.
Oh, that's enough.
Oh, ding dong.
And a 20.
Oh,
only one
slipping.
of them.
Oh, wait, sorry.
Roll with the
sorry, roll with disadvantage because there's hot dogs all over the place.
Hot dog disadvantage. Damn.
And it's like relish and mustard that I'm squirting
in many of my D&D games, I've never thought that I would say roll because of hot dog disadvantage.
All right, so the last
Thank you, Skylar.
2 of the successful ones really biffed it into the hot dogs with
nice.
a 5 and a 3.
Nice.
Oh, Jesus. Uh-huh.
So, 3 of them would drop.
So 3 are down. Give me 1 standing.
1 standing.
1 is standing.
Yes.
Yeah. One's still standing.
Oh, God. 1 standing. 3 are prone and slipping and sliding in grease and hot dogs. 1. This is cool. Great for me. That's okay.
You have inspirations, 3 of them.
Oh no, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for that. I'm holding on to those things.
All right. We also are past time, so if we want to keep going, that's cool. If people want to wrap it up, we can do that too.
Okay, let me do this quick round, and then we are going to wrap it up. Well, next week we are going to be in the middle of combat. So, real quick, we will get to Moira Moon. You had 7. John Lark had 3, and Rognobble went. So Rognobble, I didn't count any of those as your action. So what was your actual action? As you come up the stairs, you start to see various rooms of what you would think is a treehouse condo. There are various labs, research areas, lounges, and things like that. There are spiral stairs that start to lead up and up into the tower as you hear a voice upstairs, and he seems to be incanting something.
Gotcha. Well, we're going to be stealthy as possible. Goblins have dark vision.
Yes.
So we don't need to light anything. Glitterfish. Can you see in the dark?
Glitterfish actually you can see in the dark not because you're a wolf, although because you turned into a wolf, you can. Shapeshifters can, shifters can.
All right. What do you say, Glitterfish? Should we just keep inching our way up?
Yeah, let's keep going.
All right.
Yeah. The rest of the condo is dark except for that tall light at the top that you hear the incantation coming from. So give me a stealth roll, Rognobble, please.
Okay, stealth roll. There it is. Got a +3 because of my dexterity. Oh yes.
Yeah.
16 +3, 19.
Cool, because I rolled a 2.
Wow.
He's a little distracted by this gang turf challenge going on where it's like, yo, what's up? Step outside. Step outside. I just made a weird thundercloud on your property, you know. So so you get your way up there, and then I'm gonna cut to the rest of the crew. And he is in his window incanting. As he's incanting, you see that this luxurious, big, beautiful 4-poster bed that he has is starting to come to life. The blankets are starting to form wings. The clawed foot bed is starting to become claws, and this almost dragon-like head is coming around. And he's incanting Escaloria Certa, Escaloria Certa. And this big, huge purple dragon is starting to come forth out of it's made of wood and mattress and bedding and whatnot, starting to come to life. But he's staring out at the window, so he doesn't notice any of you as this thing is coming to life. And we cut to one of the thugs. One of the thugs gets to do something. So one of these thugs is going to try to get to what looks to be, let's see, you got that thing. I'm going to try to swing at Durgan Lurch with a mace she has in her hand. And what's your armor class, Durgan?
15, I believe.
So for those of you that don't know, you all have an armor class. And Durgan's armor class is 15. So I have to beat a 15 on my roll. And I'm going to let Marty roll that. She's got a +2 with her mace. She comes slipping and sliding this mad shaven-headed ruffian, and she swings her mace at Durgan Lurch. She's +2. Marty, if you could roll, and I want to get a 15 or more.
I'm seeing a natural 20.
Oh!
What?
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
So what happens is natural 20. I get a critical. Now, critical in normal 5th edition is I roll damage twice, which can sometimes mean I'll roll 2 once. So that's.
He could also kill me. You could kill me forever.
I could kill you forever, but I'm not going to kill you forever.
Really?
Because
at this point, you could seriously kill him?
If I went below 9, past 9, because I have 9 hit points, if you go below your total, then you're like dead unless someone intervenes real quick.
To be the rules as written are, you would be unconscious and prone,
and then you make death
and then you make 3 death saves, which are 50-50 chances to stabilize or keep going. If you miss your 3rd, yes, you're dead. Although death
now
may not be the end here. In the
death is not end here. We're in a world of stories and Greek tragedies, and death is sometimes off screen. And it also if the damage is double your max hit points and yada yada. So it is a 2d6. Then I am trying to slug you with, my friend.
Ow.
Yes, please. She reels back her arm. She's so ready for a fight. She hasn't been in a fight in so long. She's just been watching a bunch of weird geese that keep clucking at her.
I rolled a 1 and a 4.
Oh, awesome. 5. So what had happened is 5 hit points are taken off of Durgan Lurch. Those of you who asked about what hit points are. Okay. So 5 pints of blood have been smacked out of Durgan Lurch. I have 10 total,
so I'm at half capacity.
Right. This huge mace comes slamming against your shoulder. You hear a crack as your clavicle is busted. You drop to the floor, and she screams, finally a fight. So, and with that, the last is John Lark. John Lark, there are wolves eating Oscar Mayer wieners all around you. There is a impressive. This is not the heavy smoking gentleman that you saw. That an impressive Grace Jones like woman smacking the heck out of Durgurch, who you think is the biggest, roughest, toughest out of all of you. And what do you do?
Well, first and foremost, I maintain concentration on Mordenkainen's hail of beef franks in order to keep the hot dogs flowing, because clearly that's my life now. So
we're gonna have to write up the Mordenkainen's hail of beef franks as a.
I had it on D&D Beyond, I swear, but apparently Mordenkainen is no longer one of those names you can use, so it's just Arcane Beef Frank Hail. I think
Arcane Beef Frank Hail. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The
Hail of Arcane Frank.
Oscar Beef Frank Hail.
Hobo King. Yeah.
Hail of Frank.
Hobo King's Beef Frank Hail.
So it's just Durgan and the Grace Jones of guards and a bunch of wolves, right?
Yes, and temporarily they are distracted by the hot dogs until one of you misses, and I cash in one of my.
There's also 3 guards prone on the ground.
Yes, and 3 guards prone on the ground.
Grace Jones is unaware of me, right?
Yes, she is concentrating on taking down the biggest and baddest out of you, which looks to be, to her, Durgan Lurch.
Cool. I'm going to run towards her and Durgan and be like, oh my God, stay away from that poor idiot. Wow, that was a hell of a hit. You're amazing, but you can't beat this guy. We got to get him inside and take care of him. And I am so charming because I'm casting Friends. Which, if you're unfamiliar, Friends is a cantrip that gives me advantage on all social rolls for 1 minute. At the end of 1 minute, she's going to realize that I cast Friends and not be happy about that. But between here and there, she might help me get Durgan inside.
Right. Now, it is not the charm.
It is the cheap end of charm.
It is the cheap end of charm. I know. Yes. It is not taking over her mind.
No.
But
and that's why it
does view you as a friend, correct?
Correct. For the duration, you have advantage on all charisma checks directed at one creature of your choice that isn't hostile towards me. She's not hostile towards me. She's hostile towards Durgan. That's what I asked.
Nice.
It's
okay. Okay.
It works.
When the spell ends, the creature realizes used magic to influence their mood and becomes hostile towards you.
I see.
So that's going to suck for me.
Well, yes. Right. What does it look like in your strange, shadowy, necromantic way to make friends with this?
Most of John's
person.
Powers don't really. John doesn't exhibit powers. It's more like something inside him kind of rolls and moves and squirms inside his skin. And for a second, you look at it and you're like, it's totally not John. There's something awful and horrible. Wait, no, it's just a middle-aged white dude. He's just boring and terrible. And how could you ever even think
unassuming and non-threatening? Yes.
Right. It's like you pull on the least awful mask you possibly could.
Right. Yeah. She recognizes your privilege and does away with it.
I wasn't going that far, but all right, terrible.
Right. All right, John. Then I will need a charisma, persuasion. And remember, you do have advantage.
Yes, I do have advantage. So I'm going to roll that twice. I also have an additional 1d6 on charisma-related rolls because I've got a force of personality.
Okay.
So we are looking at my first persuasion check. Is a 5 on the dice plus 5 is 10.
Okay.
Or a 9 on the dice plus 5 is 14. And let me figure out how to roll a 1d6 on here. 10 or 14. What's that? The ability that I'm using, I'm not using inspiration. The advantage is coming from the spell Friends.
Got it.
Okay.
And the 1d6 is coming from wild talent.
Yes.
But I don't have a easy roll to roll a d6 on here. Everything's built into the character sheet.
I can roll it for you if you'd like.
That would be lovely.
That's a 6.
So that drops my die size. It is now a d4 for next roll, but I do have a 20 or a 16.
20 or a 16?
Yep.
Then, yes, you have beat her terrible roll. Keep rolling. And she...
Oh my God, those firm shoulders of yours. Wow, that's amazing.
She looks bewildered. She looks odd. Maybe this is some sort of new recruits that are coming in, and she starts to help you drag him towards safety. So, and with that,
watch out for that, Frank.
She thanks you as a friend, and she kicks that hot dog to the side and starts to pull in towards safety, which is actually off the campus towards the alleyway. Where there is another friendly gentleman in patchwork clothing who's beckoning you over, or beckoning you both over. And so, with that was the first round of combat. We will end it there because we went a little over. I'm so sorry. I'm very, very, very sorry.
You got extra.
We went over. We spent a little bit walking and talking.
We had a little too much fun.
And so next week, when we get back on Tuesday, it will be in the middle of combat. We will then be working our way up into this wizard's tower. We will then be fighting amongst hot dogs and storms. And so I thank you very much. Thank you for sticking around a bit longer than we had planned, than our normal schedule goes to. And so get ready for a little more action when we come back next week. So we'll sign off. I'm going to start with Rog Noble of Deeblington. Wish us well, wish us good night in the shadow of the Hobo King. And if you've got any things up your sleeve, any projects you're working on, or people need to follow you on anything, let them know. And you're muted.
You're muted.
You're muted.
You're so muted. So very muted.
Oh no, just elated to be on this adventure and to start building the ensemble spirit with everyone here. Very exciting. In support of DNA Lounge, going to be creating a projection map set for Turbo Drive's 7th anniversary this Friday.
Oh, nice.
So be sure to tune in, everybody, and get your cocktails from Dame and John. Get your pizza on. Yeah. All right.
Sorry,
Talk
that
to them
date is
about their
Friday?
characters.
This is this Friday. Yeah, we'll post a link.
Got it. Rolled a 1. Yeah. Right. Never mind. I rolled a fumble. Whatever. Anyways, we are wrapping up. Mother of the Frog, Miss Glitter Wolf, working her way up into the wizard's tower.
Yes. I don't have much to say. Good night. This is lots of fun. Thank you for having me.
Sleep well. Sorry we kept you up too long. And after that is the mistress, obviously, besides this mistress, the favored of this group, Miss
So much
Dame
inspiration.
Harlow. Yeah, I do have lots of inspiration. Lisa, let them know what you got going on in the week, in the world, and what you're doing.
I'm so glad to be here. Buy your cocktails from DNA Lounge. Myself and John Lark whipping up wonderful concoctions for you to be picked up either at DNA Lounge or procured through Grubhub, DoorDash, All Set, Or if you're an East Bay folk and you know me, send me a message and we can work out some handoff of cocktails. Be good to your friends. Look in on people who are quiet right now, especially folks who you think are super strong. Just say hi. Tell them you love them. Take care of each other.
Good word.
Thanks for letting me come out and play. Thank you, Marcus.
Of course. After that, one of my favorite witches, as far as Instagram knows, is Moira Moon. Jess.
Hey, I haven't really got anything going on at all, but I love this game. I'm having so much fun. Wear your mask, guys. Keep wearing masks. They look great on you. You look wonderful with a mask on.
Oh, thank you. I just got my Cat Club mask.
Oh, nice.
After that is Mr. Mark Johnson wrapping up the night. I'm sorry I clubbed you with a mace and broke your clavicle.
No, I'm honored to be the first person to demonstrate how hit points work. I'm really having a great time. This is a great group of people, and this is a lot of fun. So thank you again, Marcus and Marty and everybody else. I don't have any personal agenda outside of just like being here to play games. So be nice to each other, take care of each other. I think, you know, what you're saying about calling people and they're quiet, that's really good advice. This is a crazy time right now. So
yeah. I know. And one of my other favorite bartenders who you got to go up and get deliveries from him and say, hey, tell me about your character. It's John Lark. It's Jared Williams.
Oh, thanks. Boy, it is a pleasure to play with you guys. Such fun. And thanks to all our listeners, watchers. I really appreciate the interaction. It's fun to see the dynamics change of the game. It's nice to hear things. I get text messages while this is going on of, oh my God, what's going on? Or these people are amazing, great stories. It's just fun. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm not doing anything useful in my life other than playing this game and building a habitat for tiny crabs. So if you know anything about tiny crabs, send me some messages. I'm learning everything I can about these little creatures called vampire crabs. They're like the size of your thumb.
Aw.
Yeah.
I raised crabs when I was a kid.
Well, vampire crabs are obviously going to be making their way into this store at some point, obviously. Jeez.
Now they will.
All right.
Vampire crabs.
Now they
vampire
will.
crabs, meth hogs. What else?
Thanks,
what else
everybody. And thanks for staying up. Thank you, everybody out there, for staying up. And thank you for all the donors. Oh, man, it's... thank you so much. And thanks for... coming on the journey with us and interacting in the story and making it weird and fun and making me improv a lot and making my improv a lot. So yeah, take care of yourself. Wear a mask. We'll see you next week. Oh no, we're going to see you Friday. Tune in Friday afternoon where we're just going to be talking about highlights and hanging out and what's going to be going on in the future. So yeah, love you. Sleep well and roll initiative.
Roll initiative.
Night all.
All right, thanks everyone.
Great skill.
This is the voice of your narrator, and we are all finished with episode 2 of Midway Tabletop, the Aternium Road, the Road's Price. Our dungeon master was Marcus Flores. Our players were Jessica Grant as Moira Moon, Lisa Hyde as Dame Harlow, Mark Johnson as Durgan Lurch, Scott Levkoff as Rognobble as Deeplington, Stephanie Wolfson as Glitterfish, and Jared Williams as John Lark. I'm your executive producer, Marty Kaplan. Please do join us on Friday at noon at this channel for our Secrets Revealed, episode 2, where we'll talk about what happened and hint at the mysteries of the future. This has been Aternium Road, a campaign in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition for Midway Tabletop. We're so glad you joined us. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you soon on the road.
There's a place they call the Mystic Midway. It feels surreal, but your life is for real. Claim it as the adventure it is in the place they call the Midway. Lose your ground and choose your name. Step inside this picture frame. Everybody loves a game in the place they call the Midway. Where is this place and what's the price? What is your mystic fire bright? The call to adventure is calling tonight in the place they call the Midway. There's a place they call the mystic Midway. It feels surreal, but your life is for real. Claim it as the adventure it is in the place they call the Midway. There's a place they call the mystic Midway. It feels surreal, but your life is for real. Claim it as the adventure it is in the place they call the Midway.